You press the button to live. It'll probably ask, are you sure?
Hello. Hey, this is William Steele. We are live. A very, very rare thing for me because it's Independence Day. So I figured I'd give everybody a rare treat. I'm trying to get some more people on here on Facebook on Official William Steele. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Let's see. We're going to send this out to about 2,000 people. Facebook, this will be up on Rumble, Facebook, YouTube. And thank you for joining. I want to give you a lot of updates here in a minute. You know, I very rarely do a live. So you're welcome to ask questions. Are these comments going to be coming in? Please ask questions here or on Facebook. Hello, Shane. Incredible, man. You dropped right in. I hear some good things about you in the last few days, my friend. So hopefully you have some questions for me here. I was just looking at one of your lives here a minute ago. So Shane is from Child Safety Soldiers. He's been a guest on my show. He helps catch predators. He is one of the founders of that. He's been on Dr. Phil and many, many other programs. A lot of celebrities are attached and supporting his efforts. Um, we are in discussions to collaborate on a few things. So, hello, Jennifer. Thank you. Thank you for joining. We're going to get to a lot of questions here in a few minutes. I'm going to update all my fans about what's going on. Season 2 of Inmate to Roommate is every Thursday on A&E. Now, everybody who's here knows that I'm from Season 1, and Season 1 was phenomenal, became the second highest rated reality show in the country. So, that's pretty humbling. But it's been really good because it's enabled us to expand the platform and help a lot of people who are wrongfully convicted. And really, it's more about advocacy. We're not attorneys, but we do at least give them a platform to be heard. We work with different public relations experts to getting media out, press, attention. We shed light on issues. We definitely support law enforcement. You know, even though I did time, I do support law enforcement, but we don't like corrupt law enforcement. So we are going to be doing a lot of shows. I have another reality show coming up. Mary joined us. Hello, Mary. Thank you. I could always count on my beautiful and brilliant fiance, Mary, to join. And I'm trying to get this up on Facebook simultaneously, everybody. So let me see. I got, I don't know if anybody's ever done this before. You got to push all these buttons. Now, if somebody knows a shortcut to this, let me know. Hello, Jeffrey Landis. Happy 4th of July, my friend. See, look, I got the shirt on, right? So we're trying to avoid the noise and the fireworks and keep the animals safe and not being scared. Now, Jeffrey Landis, let me tell everybody who Jeff is. I've been on his show. He's been on my show. Steal a Spotlight. We both have a local cable show. He has Landis New World Order, Landis Entertainment. Jeff, type in there the name of your current show, and it goes out over Access Fort Wayne. Access Fort Wayne provides the studios and the editing facilities and everything for these phenomenal shows. My show is now in its second season. It's moving right along. We're picking up sponsors left and right, underwriters. If you'd like to be an underwriter, you're not allowed to be an advertiser on that show, but you can be an underwriter, which means I can give you like 30-second clips. Happy 4th of July. Jeff, tell my audience the name of your show right now, where they can find it. I'll give you some shout out here to my fans. So Jeff's had me on his show. It's like a variety show. He's really into wrestling and community events in Fort Wayne. Jeff's a legend. Jeff's been written about in the history books of Fort Wayne. So Shane's saying something about let's talk on the phone tomorrow. Okay, hey, absolutely, Shane. I see you. I just dropped in on your live for a minute. So check out the Jeff Landis show on Access Fort Wayne, but also he's on YouTube at Landis Entertainment Network. Now that sounds, he should be like the when CNN first came out because he's a legend. He's been doing his show. I'm going to guess Jeff 20-something years at least, maybe longer than that, 30. I met one of your friends, the clown here in town. I forget his name at the moment. Great artist, and we give shout out to Access Fort Wayne for allowing the use of their studios. Looks like we picked up 6 people. Everybody, this is Bill from Inmate to Roommate. I rarely do a live. I'm over on TikTok also. We picked up about 10,000 followers just in the last few days. Shout out to Julian Hagen. We've been doing lives with him. We had a live a few days ago. We had 750 people on there. I was astounded. And so things are starting to go the way they should. And I'm not giving up. You guys, remember how Mark and Shauna would always discourage me when I got out of prison? I wasn't going to make it. I'm this, I'm that. I couldn't eat meat. I couldn't, use the internet. I couldn't have a TV. They counted my toilet paper use. But guess what? I had a vision and a dream for what I was going to do when I got out, and I put my nose to it while I was incarcerated, did positive things. I was a law clerk, offender representative committee. I was helping other prisoners, advocacy, and in prison, you're allowed to help them, understand what forms they may need for certain things. Again, I'm not an attorney, but we're currently working with wrongfully convicted people. I work with my fiance, the brilliant and beautiful Mary Bass. We have a segment that we're getting ready to roll hardcore into called Wrongful Conviction Wednesdays. We also have a new co-host, Detective Louis Balistrieri. Louis B. Now, Louis B. was a organized crime detective in New York City. He brought down some Gambino organized crime members and some Genovese family. Louis has become a phenomenal friend. He's retired. He's a judo expert and all that. But Louis has a book coming out. He just got back from the Mob Summit in Las Vegas, and so we're going to be supporting him as well. He's going to be doing a segment with me every Monday right here and on my Rumble channel called Mafia Mondays. All things organized crime, and I especially want to have guys on my show who turned their life around, wrote a book, they're helping kids, they're doing something positive. Leslie, hello, Leslie. Now, I'm just talking about Wrongful Conviction Wednesdays, a new segment that we're starting. Now, Freddie, I firmly believe is innocent, and we have been talking about having him on the show for a year now. Leslie, you let him know that I'm getting a lot more organized with this. I'm getting more familiar with everything, and anytime you guys are ready, just reach out again, and we can restart this process. No problem. I'd love to give him some more attention. So let's see. I was offered another reality show, guys. I can't tell you what network or where, but things are looking up. I'm in a movie this summer called Silent Partners, coming out in a few weeks. Thank you, Sarah DePazio. Let me see. So I'm still pushing buttons over here. You see, I'm trying to send this out over Facebook. I'm going to pull the trigger on it now. So next post. Okay, so I just posted it on my Facebook page. So hopefully more people will jump in here. And on Facebook. I'm not sure if it's already going out on Facebook yet or not. Anyway, very, very happy about that. Let me see what I can see here with these on. Let me see. We got this going up here. William Steele is live. Oh, beautiful. It's going out. It's going out live over Facebook too. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got some comments coming in. Let me see what I can do for my Facebook fans. Absolutely. Jeff wants to do another interview with me for his 30th anniversary show. 30 years he's had a cable show in the Midwest here. A phenomenal show. Landis Entertainment on YouTube. Please go over and follow him. Charles Davidson, keep up the great work. Leslie Long, thank you. Thank you for everybody. Please, all this means a lot. Like hit the like and subscribe and the hearts and leave a comment. All that engagement means a great deal to me. And I really appreciate everybody's support. And I want to get to a lot of questions everybody's been having. Let me see if I can put a banner up here. That gives you an idea down below there, who I am, what we do. And we have 5 people picked up here. We're waiting for some more people to jump on. Hopefully over on my TikTok. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go live on TikTok simultaneously to this. So bear with me while I go live on TikTok. 2, 1. Hello, everybody. William Steele here. We are live on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Rumble, all simultaneous. I am learning this. So we are going to be rock and rolling here in a minute. I got to send out a bunch of these requests for people to join in. Oh, we have Annalisa from season 2 of Inmate to Roommates. She's on here right now. Let's see if she'll jump on and say hello. She's become a good friend. My beautiful fiance. Oh, there's Tina. Oh my God, Dave Icavetti. Dave, hello, Dave. Dave Icavetti, Club TV. Julian, let's see if Julian jumps on. Okay, let's see. Blue and Gold. Everybody who's been purchasing my book, thank you so much. Links in the description. You can go to purchase the books. Lisa Seals. Ooh. I don't know. It says I can select the 15 people. I already have 12 here. Thank you so much for joining me on TikTok. We picked up 12. The other day we had 750. Let's try to bring these numbers up to about those levels or higher. I have a lot of announcements to make, and I would like everybody to share this everywhere you can. Invite people to join my live right now. I'll probably be on. I don't know if it's going to be a few minutes or a few hours. Depends what we get into here. What I want people to do is ask questions. So you're welcome to ask questions. And hit the screen. If you're watching on TikTok, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Let me turn my camera around and show you what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know. I got to figure out how to hold the camera better, I guess. Let me try to turn this camera around. We see Glowing Gold. Hello, Glowing Gold. Just me and mine. Hello. Hello, Mary. Sasha Scanlon. Thank you. Everybody, tap your screen about 1,000 miles an hour. Go like this. What I do for other people who want to, show support is I grab the side of the screen. I tap my thumb like this, super fast on the screen. You'll get a bunch of hearts. That means something positive for the thing. Hey, Sapphire, how are you? Mercedes, Gwen. Hello, Gwen. Thank you for joining. I'm also live right now, simultaneously. Go to my YouTube channel, everybody. Subscribe to William Steele True Crime. William Steele True Crime. I'm live right now also on Facebook. On Facebook, you're going to find me at Official William Steele. Official William Steele. All right. Looks like Mr. Wiedemann's here. Glowing Gold. Wiedemann. Glowing Gold. Hit that screen, everybody. So we're going to be making some announcements here in a minute. And tell you what I've been up to. I forgot how to turn the screen around. Does anybody know? Oh, there it is. Flip camera. Just so everybody knows, I'm live right now. That's on my YouTube channel right there. Okay? Now, that shows you that I'm live across virtually all of my platforms right now where this thing went out to. I'm not even sure how many we're going out to right now. But I know we have several thousand people jumping on these various platforms. So far, we only have 58 here. I'm certain that's going to increase here because I didn't advertise or announce this. And remember Mark and Shauna? Does anybody remember them? Let's ask some questions. Let's get some comments. They didn't believe in me. I got out of prison with a dream to be a published author, a dream to turn my life around and help people with my experiences from being incarcerated. And they wanted me to, let's just say, work in fast food restaurants and factories. And God bless everybody who's doing that. But you know what? I'm not necessarily a young man anymore. And I have a dream. I have a dream to help people with my experiences. And I struggled in the 80s, early 90s with a cocaine issue. And this is for informational purposes and to help people recover. This is not to promote anything like that. So I don't know, these algorithms are weird. But I do true crime now. I do crime prevention. I do anything I can do to try to help people. I try to give people a platform if they have an inspirational story, if they turn their life around from some of the things they were doing, maybe illegal things or, addiction, all that. Megan Cunningham says, "Me too," which is why I'm a parole agent. Uh-oh. Even parole's keeping an eye on me here. What state are you a parole agent in? Let me guess. Indiana. I'm not on parole anymore. Glowing gold. I think that hearts means something. That might mean money. I don't know what you're doing. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Glowing gold. Glowing gold. Look what she's doing. Somebody tell me what that means. I'm pretty new here. But we're getting this up. Julian Hagen. If anybody could reach out to Julian and tell him I'm live. Don't forget, he's got over 1 million followers, and we've done a live before. We're getting ready to schedule many more, but he was sick last week with COVID. Do I keep in touch with Mark and Shauna? Let's just say there's still contractual obligations. So, it's that's going to be an interesting interaction. I'm not allowed to say too much because of contracts and NDAs and stuff like that, but there's going to be more. What is that? Somebody put a big heart on the bottom of the screen. That was pretty cool. A TikTok hat on me. How about a New York Yankee hat or something like that? Kim Love, thank you for joining. Mary sent the cap. Thank you. I'm just glad you succeeded with your parole. They were a replacement nightmare. I would have hated going there. Megan, I'm just curious what state you're a parole agent in. At least, can you give me the state at least? I never succeeded on parole until this time. I I did 18 years for a nonviolent crime. I think that was enough for me. I finally got it through my thick head that wasn't a lifestyle. Indiana. May I ask you what city or county? Oh my God, because that's where I was supervised. Actually, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I had two really phenomenal parole officers in the state. Actually, three in the end. I forget the last guy's name, but we had a woman named Miss Freeman in Elkhart. So she was really cool. And how many years was I on parole? Believe it or not, I think it was only on parole. I want to say 8 months or around a year or something like that. I don't know. It's been over with for a while. So I don't even want to think about it. So we had Miss Freeman, and then, oh man, I didn't think a parole officer was going to jump on here. So you're in South Bend. Oh boy. So that means Alicia. I don't even want to talk about her. She spent all her time trying to get her husband to violate me somehow. It seemed like, she was in prison herself for forever. Yeah, I put a little color in there because I'm getting ready to audition for a very, very big role in a drama series. I can't go into detail about it. Northern Indiana. So Megan, are you saying that you're in Northern Indiana? You supervise up there? Forensic therapist. Please don't try to psychoanalyze me. People have been trying to figure me out for years. I can't figure myself out sometimes. So, hey, look, Bill's rules, the rules that are on season one on the wall. Everybody said make copies and sell them autographed. Send me a message here if you want an autographed copy of Bill's rules that were on the wall, that big pink sign. We have ones that are like this size. We made them, and they're suitable for framing. People are getting them for the kids' room and all that. Like, stay out of trouble, you'll end up living with Mark and Shauna one day. So the rules were ridiculous and funny, and so we're going to be doing stuff with merchandise, and a lot of stuff's coming out. But the rules are already available. I have autographed copies available, and I film myself and give you a shout out as well. You'll hang it in the parole office. Send me a private message here, and I'll tell you how to go about getting it. That's fine. Glowing Gold has it in her room. Glowing Gold, you're more than welcome to send me a photograph of you with it. If you want me to post your photograph. If not, I understand. Or at least with it hanging on the wall, in the room, and maybe I could post that. Hello, Carol. How are you? Thank you for joining. Mary Bass, the beautiful and brilliant. She's going to be doing wrongful conviction Wednesdays. We're going to be working with people that are, we believe, are wrongfully convicted, and those who have nonviolent sentences, who receive draconian sentences, like me. I mean, think about this. All I did was escape from prison, and they gave me 15 years consecutive. So I scored 3 years, but they enhanced it because I have priors, and they were trying to threaten me with 30 years for walking off a work detail. There you go. So you tell me that the sentencing laws and the state of the criminal justice system isn't really screwed up in this country. You have a lot of violent offenders like walking free and getting right out, especially now in this climate. Yet here I am, a nonviolent offender, and they tried to bury me in the system. Carol, Willow Dink, Heartless. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Thank you for asking about us. Hey, Carol, thank you for the hearts. Megan, yep. Okay, so you know where I'm coming from, you being parole. So that's one of the things I try to do. I speak to college students, university students. Sometimes I speak at churches about, criminal justice and some of the things. And these environments, for the most part, are not meant to change a person. If you're going to change, you got to want to do it, number one. And not only do you want to do it, you have to really push for it, because I fought and fought and fought for college courses. And, then you have to go through all these hoops because nobody's giving it to you free. The public resents that inmates should get any kind of programs. But what they don't realize is those guys who stay idle in prison often have very, very high rates of recidivism. That means coming back to prison. So if you're productive and you're learning something, whether it's trades, I don't necessarily agree with all the trades either. I tried to get into computer classes for 18 years. I only ended up in one prison that had them at the end of my bid, and I wrote 7 years worth of request forms and grievances to get into computer class because I had a release date, and I was intending to do exactly this right here, what I'm doing, writing books and having shows. And 7 years later, I still never got into computer class because guys would sit there, stay there for years because there was a female instructor, and they would never leave. And you couldn't get them out of there. And if it was so unfair the way they do it. Right. If they get programs, you have to hope that the facility doesn't lose it. I know there was a prison down in Florida years ago where somebody donated a lot of computers. They opened up a computer thing. They changed wardens. Guess what? That warden didn't believe in rehabilitation. He believed in strict punishment and took them all back out. I do have connections within the Innocence Project. I know numerous attorneys that do that. The Innocence Project, let me tell you something. I was a law clerk in 3 different states for approximately 18 years on and off. So I know the law real well. I'm not an attorney. I'm not going to give any legal advice. I know that a lot of guys are indigent in prison. Some guys are innocent. Some guys lie. It's just life. To discern who's innocent and who's not, you really have to pay attention. And if they can't afford an attorney, chances are pretty good they're going to get screwed over in some way, shape, or form. The Innocence Projects are basically so understaffed that although they're well-intentioned, they will help guys with life sentences or death sentences, of course, the most important cases, who can show that they're actually innocent in some way, either by DNA or, for example, the police outright lied and perjured themselves, corruption in law enforcement, or with the prosecutors or judges. They'll take pretty clear-cut cases of innocence and really fight for guys. The problem is there's a whole bunch of guys that are innocent that have maybe 30 to 50 year sentences. Who's helping them? There's no Innocence Project for the most part. There might be a few step in and get involved with those cases if they're simple, cut and dry DNA issues or something like that. But so what I try to do is, now that I'm out, is go and assist with cases where, there's not necessarily, a life or death sentence, but somewhere where I can intervene perhaps and be an advocate between the offender, the families, and their attorneys and the institutions and all that. Working on becoming a warden. You want me to go speak to your prisoners? I'm sure they get a kick out of Bill from Inmate to Roommate showing up. So where are you going to be a warden, Megan? Just curious. Indiana State Prison? My dad has worked with them. He went to prison for a murder he didn't commit. I do think it. Shayla, I'm so sorry your father went to prison for a murder he didn't commit. Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm trying. If you know groups, go to my Facebook. Everybody, please hit Facebook, and I'm over there on official William Steele. So send me a request. I also have a fan group specifically for inmate to roommate fans. It's on Facebook, and it's called Inmate to Roommate Central, hosted by Bill. Inmate to Roommate Central, hosted by Bill. That's on Facebook, and that is the one I control because there's so much negativity out there. I try to keep a very clean page. I don't really allow like profanity on my interviews when people come on my shows. I mean, you can't control what people say, but I ask them to please respect, that. I'm not perfect. I screw up all the time, but I do try to keep a clean show and, be an example. I like to share my past to help people. Kira Griggs was happy I got away from Mark and Shauna. Shayla, if you know other groups that are interested in having somebody, you have to understand, I am the only reality TV star in the United States except for Kim Kardashian. There's only the two of us helping people who are wrongfully convicted. She's very active in that. We have, I can't say a lot, but we have some outreach going on. We're hoping to collaborate with her in the future. But I am the only second reality star in this country getting involved to try to shine a spotlight on this problem and get people some relief. I never heard of Bransfield. I'm not from Indiana, but I just did my parole. I love when you were driving Mark's car and you scared him. Heartless, yeah. That comes from my my prolific stealing cars days. We used to steal a hell of a lot of cars in New York, selling to chop shops and all that stuff back in many years ago. I had one of my pastimes. I used to love to bait the police up and do high speed chases. They weren't catching me, and I deeply regret it. I'm sorry I put those guys through that because in those days, if they would have caught me, I would have definitely got beat half to death because there was no cameras, and that's what happened to guys if they ran from the cops in a stolen car. But yeah, I just I do these shows not to glorify my past. I tell a little story here and there to get your attention, but then I say don't follow in my footsteps because that lifestyle is not worth it. All the years, I once had some hair. I I once had a muscle bound physique. Now I'm just I don't know. I put a little bit. I think I'm a little bit chubby these days. So things change and relationships change, and everything's in a constant state of flux. You seem like a good guy. The makeup morgue. Oh my goodness. I mean, you're saying you think I'm a good guy. Like maybe like I'm here to amuse you. I wasn't such a good guy. I changed basically. So I was really doing a lot of dumb things because I developed an addiction for something. I can't really say the word here because sometimes the TikTok wants to shut your show down. You got to be careful. But so hello, Colleen. And so I got over my head with that stuff. And so one thing led to the other, and I used my skills as a locksmith and alarm technician, and I was doing multi-million-dollar burglaries all across the United States. In addition to lots of that stuff from one state to the other, and some of these things from one state to the other, and I just got in way over my head and screwed my life up real good. So hello, Sarah. Hello, Sarah. Rosetta Dillard, like the live. Hey, everybody, do me a favor. Hit the screen a 1,000 miles an hour. Like, put a whole bunch of hearts on the screen for me because that helps more people find the show. Dime Lola, thanks. Ask me any questions you want. Sheila, yes, I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Gravesend section, Bensonhurst. Gravesend series. Hello, Will DeMayo. Guess what? I have tens of millions of fans, and I would not mind being on your series, actually, because you film it in my neighborhood. How am I doing now after the show? I have a true crime channel on YouTube. Please go over there and subscribe. It's called William Steele True Crime. Multiple co-hosts. One of them, if anybody ever hear of Meghan Markle, tell me if anybody knows who Meghan Markle is. Put it in the comments. Her sister Samantha is one of my occasional co-hosts. Samantha's become a very good friend of mine. Thoughts on the Iceman? You talking about the hitman from New Jersey? The name sounds familiar, Shayla. I don't know. Where's your dad now? Your man's from Philly, New Orleans. What a match. Yep, I've heard about him. I never met him. I wouldn't want to be around him. I heard he liked to slip things in people's food and drinks. So her sister is okay. Right, exactly. So, we all know Meghan Markle's the problem. So Samantha is a disabled Air Force vet in a wheelchair. And Prince Harry is a spokesman for Invictus. He's supposed to be supporting disabled vets, and yet they treat Samantha like crap. And so Samantha's become a very, very good friend. She was not invited to the royal wedding because they thought that she would blab about Meghan's past as a well, I can't say it here, but she was high end, right? So that's Meghan Markle's past. All right, read my books. Hey, look, I've got books for sale. You want to support somebody who got out of prison and writes books? Here's a book. That book was covered by Nancy Grace on her podcast while I was incarcerated. If you look up Queen of True Crime, Nancy Grace. If you look up the King of True Crime, me. That I'm the only one that with that name. Do I talk to Mark? It can't be a serious question, Kara. Got a good story from the prison you can share? Good stories from a prison. Yeah, there came a point in time where they said, "Pack your shit, it's time to go." That's a good story from prison. and then right into the arms of Sharna outside the gate. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh my god!" Remember, she brought me like a little quarter bag of cashews. That was like my meal. I said, "Are you kidding me? I want to pull over and eat a freaking steak and a lobster." You're so cute. I just like you. Thank you, Sarah. You're very nice. You're very kind. Crystal, nah, those two were psychotic. Yeah, and it's not all on the show. Shauna needs to release the letters. Shauna does. I have plenty of them. Listen, oh, by the way, first edition of this book, it's called SEX and the Serial Killer. It's about Robert Durst, the wealthiest serial killer in American history, whom I knew personally. We have 36 on YouTube right now. Holy crap, the numbers are going up quick. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Listen, I'm taking questions here, and I don't see the comments. You know what? I forgot to click in them. I apologize, YouTube. Okay, Leslie says, you're absolutely correct. The innocence projects are overwhelmed. It's a shame. It takes 20 to 30 years to prove you're innocent, and that's with the same evidence, a lack of evidence that was there from day one. Hello from Michigan, Laura Davis. So glad you're free. You don't have to hide, eat your sandwich. So you're saying I don't have to hide my meat anymore from Mark and Shauna. remember, my neighbor Sharon was holding my meat. I mean, everybody got a kick out of the way I said that, but it wasn't intended to be like that. It was just I was there enjoying my ice, and she happened to come out. None of this is scripted. She just saw us filming, I guess. So she said, "How you doing?" And I said, "I'm enjoying ice. We couldn't have it in prison, and Shauna doesn't let me have it in the house." And she said, "Oh, whatever she said." And then I said, "Are you still holding my meat?" And I know how it sounds now, but I didn't intend it to be like that. And the internet exploded. Sharon's holding Bill's meat, literal meat, like steak and stuff. So, are you still with your girl from the show? Absolutely. Everything's copacetic. Brooklyn, we love you, Bill. Brooklyn, Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Guess what? I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Gravesend, Bensonhurst. Everybody, please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. My YouTube is William Steele True Crime. I'm in a movie. Oh, I forgot. Oh my goodness. I needed to have a cheat sheet of stuff to tell you guys. I'm in a movie coming out in a few weeks called Silent Partners. Ciro DiPaggio just put out Mob King. You probably see Mob King on these various streaming platforms. Mob King. Ciro blessed me and gave me a little small part. I don't even know if my words are going to be in the show, to be honest with you. Little small part in Silent Partners, which will be streaming in just a few weeks. And then we're filming a prison comedy movie. So thank you, Ciro. Hello to Bruce Socher. Oh, so many people jumping on YouTube. Thank you. 100 114 on there. This is phenomenal. Thank you, thank you guys. Please tell everybody I'm on live. I rarely do a live. And you know what? I'm going to show you what I'm wearing. So there you go. Today's Independence Day, right? Liberty and justice. Now, I always keep it real with my fans. See the shirt? I keep it real with my fans. I can't stand up much higher because I'm sitting here in my boxers. When I was in prison, I couldn't believe people did shows like that. But look, everybody knows what I'm talking about. You're home, you're comfortable. That's it. There's no reason to, put your jeans or your dress pants on. So it's all good. And you can see my hands, so there's nothing funny. We love you, Bill. Brooklyn. I want to know more about Brooklyn. What part of Brooklyn are you from? I'm from Gravesend, Bensonhurst area. Joshua Pippin, thank you. Infertimon, I don't know how to pronounce that. Amanda Lynette, thank you. Thank you. Goosey, hi, Bill. Hi. Sarah, you want to see Mary? You want to see Mary? Okay. I can't hear you. I've got something in my eye. Hey, look at those. What the heck are you saying? Hey, look at the. I don't know what the heck you're saying. Sarah, Goosey, Mary is so beautiful. Listen, she is, to me, more beautiful than all the Kardashians combined. You guys only saw a little bit of her on the show. She's exquisite. But she's not just beautiful, she's very intelligent. Mary went to UC Berkeley at 15 years old. She got into that school, the Ivy League school. She's very brilliant. She's a forensic accountant. She's an expert with nonprofits. She's an advocate for the wrongfully convicted. She also works with me with people that are wrongfully convicted. And we're helping David Michael Reinhardt. Look him up in Soledad. Everybody, he needs friends. He needs pen pals. He needs this poor guy. His family stole hundreds of millions of dollars from him, set him up, put him in prison as an innocent man. He's the first person in history in the United States to shoot a police robot. David Michael Reinhardt. Look him up. Tell him that William Steele sent you, that we're trying to work with him. Mary's so beautiful. Thank you. Atlanta, yay. Oil and Vinegar, Like the Live. Rachel Watson, Mark and Sean are laughing out loud. Caitlin, hello. I see you just joined. You'd like a pen pal? Okay, well, shoot me your information in the private message here. And if you want, please, everybody, go to my YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for joining. There's like almost 200 people on there now. God bless you guys. Let me see. Talk about Epstein gang again. Well, everybody knows I wrote a book called Ghislaine, Sensational and Impure, about my unfortunate relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell before she was infamous. Maybe I'll do another show devoted to the little bit I know about Jeffrey Epstein. Unfortunately, I had the great misfortune of knowing him at a time when I was very much involved with this, and noticed some things in the Palm Beach mansion and got the hell out of there. So, but I knew Ghislaine better. I knew her very well. I wrote a book about her, by the way. It's on Amazon. It's on, my website, williamsteeleauthor.com. Go to williamsteeleauthor.com and you will see my books, and there's additional books coming out. Nope, not still on parole. I'm done, Kira. Thank you so much. Okay. I don't know how to pull up the rest of these messages on my YouTube. I apologize if I'm not getting to your questions. I see there's a lot of messages here. Yasmin Stewart, happy 4th of July. Thank you for joining. Lansky TV. Am I watching the new Inmate to Roommate? Yes, I'm watching it. Listen, I'm not going to say much, but I'm actually in touch with some of the cast members there. They look me up for guidance. I love your act in Inmate versus Roommate. I'm actually from Warsaw, Indiana, south of Elkhart. Okay, Ethan Muldoon, thank you, sir. Everybody, please hit that like button, leave comments, and go to my website. I have books there. Links to the Amazon page will be there. But I think in the description for this show on YouTube, you can find the links to my books directly to Amazon, and I really appreciate it. This one was written about Robert Durst, the wealthiest serial killer in American history, and we had switch covers recently because this cover is actually, some people think, more appealing. But anyway, I'm not an expert at covers. I'm just doing my best to convey a message. And my books are not written from the point of view of glorifying these criminals or crime or, giving them any undue attention. All of my books come in the very beginning. It says, all that's needed for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. These books are all written from the point of view of crime victim advocacy. I just put out another book too. It's called Bank Vault Heist. I'm going to show you that one on the screen if I can. I don't know if it'll let me during a live. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me. And if it's going to let me, I don't know how to do it. So I'm learning all this stuff, guys. So please leave a comment, thumbs up, share my channel, share this live around, because I very rarely go live. And as you can see, it's Independence Day. This is a day that I don't necessarily go out and really care for the fireworks and all that, because I feel like it scares the dogs and, and whatever. But it's a great day celebration. Look at the state of the world. All these countries are miserable with their governments. We love our government. We're just miserable with the politicians. I think that's a fair way to look at it, right? We're miserable with the politicians. So people is what screws everything up. Anyway, use my stand. Oh, hold on a second. A fan blessed me with a stand, and I left it on the table. Let me get it. I apologize. It's hard to stand up because I'm wearing my boxers. Please don't go anywhere. I will be back in mere seconds. I'll be right there, everybody. Don't go anywhere. I'm coming right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. So Jennifer was a fan of mine from TikTok. She joined a live that we were doing with Julian Hagens, right? So she saw the phone moving like this, and she said, I'm making her drunk or dizzy or whatever. And she offered to get me a stand. And I went over there across the room looking for it, thinking I left it in the car. But guess what? It's sitting right by right here by where I'm doing the show. But I want to show you what else she sent me, and this is a trip. So thank you, Jen. She's been a good fan. She's a very interesting person, and her kids want to do acting and modeling. They're doing a lot of things. So if you want to know more about her, with her permission, we'll let you know. She sent me that crayon watermelon ocean spray, and it's freaking really good. So then I get this. Like I think I was even told today there's like another box. I have a like an address set up for things. And hold on a second. I'm trying to find how to open this. Okay, so she sends me this. Hello. So Jen sends me this. This is a stand that holds my phone steady. The problem, Jen, is I have not set up a way to like put it up here yet, because I've been so busy, like I always tell you, and I apologize for not getting back to you sooner, but I want to thank you publicly. Jen D, I won't say her last name on here, but so Jen D from Rhode Island is awesome. Great fan. She blessed me with a few things to help improve my show. If you guys want to see it, came in this box. Yep. So let me show the TikTok people. I don't think they saw that, did you? it's telescoping, so it goes pretty high, good height for me, and it makes a steady show. And I apologize for not using it now, but again, I have a kind of a improvised setup because I'm just really growing faster than I'm able to keep up with it. And let me try to stabilize it here for now. I think you guys can see there. Anyway, look, anybody on TikTok who joined late, let me show you this. I'll show you something. You going out live right now. I'm all over Facebook right there. If somebody can go to my Facebook, because I can't pull it up right now, I don't think. That's my YouTube you're looking at right there. You're live on YouTube right there. Okay? These are some of the comments. So I'm going out on multiple platforms simultaneously. I've never ever done this before. If somebody can go to official William Steele on Facebook and shoot me a message, perhaps on YouTube or here on TikTok, please give me an idea how many people are watching on Facebook, because I just don't know. I have no clue how many people are watching. And thank you so much. If you're over there and want to leave me a comment or ask a question, shoot over here to William Steele True Crime on YouTube, and you can ask me anything you want. Magnolia, wow. Have you spoke to the people whose lives I ruined? Okay, whose life did I ruin lately? I haven't been ruining lives for over 20 years, and I don't think I've ever ruined anybody's life. But thank you for your input, because I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Nope, not on parole still, Kira. Rachel Watson, Mark and Sean, to laugh out loud. I'd like a pen pal. Hey, look at those. Okay. You did 7 years. Okay. What state? I don't know why my comments weren't moving. I'm trying to figure out why that was. Your dad said we went to the same school. What school? Daytona Douglas. Yes, I'm that guy. I'm Bill. I've been blessed, man. I did 18 years for nonviolent crimes, and I intended to write books and do crime victim advocacy, get out, work with people that are wrongfully convicted, and it turned into something so powerful that has supported all that and more. Because A&E came to me and said, would you like to take part in a reality TV show, docuseries about recidivism and what happens when an inmate gets out of prison and lives with a family that's not their own? Now, I don't bite my tongue about this, because what my sisters did to me was wrong. I served 18 years in prison, nonviolent crimes, and they turned their back on me, kept me from communicating with our mentally ill mother, who I was very, very close with, lied to her, told her I was dead, and had her sign over a trust agreement and all this other stuff. So when she passed away, my sisters walked away with about 800 grand belonging to me. They knew I was going to come out of prison with nothing. I was coming out destitute. I was trying to fight this case against my sisters. My mother, I got the news in prison that she passed away. And so I was trying to fight my sisters over this. I had no outside help at the time. I had no attorney. I was a law clerk, but I didn't know anything about New York probate law, trust law, and all these things, these arcane things that I knew nothing about. I'm very good with criminal law and civil law and advocating for prisoners and their families, but I didn't know anything about this stuff. So nobody would help me. I wrote a bunch of attorneys. They're all, they want money, or you're in prison, you must be full of it. And so I got nowhere. I lost about 800 grand. And so I don't bite my tongue, because guess what? I can prove every word of it. I have the documents. I have an email from one sister saying Roxanne told mommy that perhaps she told mommy that I'm dead, like she did to you, Billy. And so it is what it is. I forgive my sisters. But every time they think I'm in New York or South Florida, they from what I hear, they go into hiding. I forgive them. I have no ill will towards them whatsoever. I wish them the best. What they did to me was wrong. If they want to make it right, they need to contact me and apologize. And I'm a Christian, and they are my sisters, but they did me wrong. You hear about people fighting over inheritance all the time. I never dreamed it would happen to me. So they put me in such a horrible financial situation after 18 years in prison, coming out with nothing, and you can see from inmate to roommate, the car that I had, the first one, The gray one was actually donated to me. It was had a lot of mechanical issues, but two young men at the church I was going to with Mark and Shauna really were so kind and donated that first car to me. It was like a very old Honda or something. Or I forgot the name of the car. But anyway, it had a ton of issues. It smelled like gasoline leaking into it, brake problem. But that was my first car coming out, and I humbled myself, and because I'm used to like driving caddies and luxury cars, and I didn't care. I didn't care, but I was just glad to be free. I was not going to go back to doing burglaries and trafficking and all that stuff I was involved with. So I was blessed with that. And as things move on, you'll see towards the end of the show, I'm driving a black Cadillac. So I'm a Brooklyn guy, and we love our Cadillacs. So anyway, everybody says I've been locked up too long. They're driving something different in Brooklyn now. I don't know. You come out of prison. Sometimes you're like a walking, what do you call it, anachronism. So we got 51 on TikTok. Hit the on TikTok, please. Hit the what do you call it? The screen. Hit the screen. Let me see a bunch of things come up. A bunch of hearts. Yep, that's me. He's 64. I looked you up on Facebook. Somebody looked up the numbers, but then I lost your message. How many do I have on Facebook now? Oh, man. Somebody was nice enough to go to my Facebook. Everybody, please, somebody check my Facebook out again and send me the numbers of people watching it right now. And I apologize, Facebook audience. If I'm not seeing your questions, it's because I'm not there. I don't have another device. Right now, I'm using two devices to do this show. And I mean, if somebody wants to donate an iPhone or another computer, that's really cool. But absolutely, I'm still a Christian. I never turn my back on Jesus Christ. Never. I'm not perfect. I still use the F word once in a while, but if it wasn't for my faith, I'd be in a bigger mess than I ever was, because I'd probably go right back to doing the same things, thinking it was okay. Absolutely. See, you have to understand, Mark and Shauna was Seventh-day Adventist. Theirs is a whole different version of Christianity that many parts of it I don't agree with, and I told her that before I got out. But she was more interested in knocking on my door at 10 o'clock at night when her husband went to work. Bill, can we talk? Quote unquote. Talk. I'm like, Shauna, first of all, those tight leggings you're wearing, she wore these super tight leggings, like little to the imagination. And I kind of laughed. I'm like, what are you doing coming to my door dressed like that? You don't even wear those things around your husband, And so, because she was friends, we were friends, so I could goof around with her a little bit. Never really got an answer, but she never wore them around her husband. But they kept trying to bring me to their church, and I went. I actually like their pastor. He's a very nice guy. His name's Alex, and Alex is nice. But he didn't agree with how they were treating me. And then we had an agreement for there was going to be no rent initially, but I would, once I started working, I'd contribute to utilities and groceries and things. During the show, they hit me with a bill for like $2,700 in back rent. I'm sorry, are you kidding me? They went in front of their whole congregation in their church and said they were starting a ministry house and that they were going to bring prisoners in to help them get on their feet free of charge. They have a big, beautiful house. I'm not going to get into how they got it, but they have a nice house. It was a beautiful environment. I had a great bedroom, all this stuff. Actually, the bed was horrible. Excuse me. They had one of those memory foams that they bought. They said it was specially bought for me. That bed took up like almost the whole room. They said, look, all I need is a little twin bed. You're not letting me have visitors here. I got out. I'm with Mary. She's in California. I'm not messing around with any other women, but I couldn't have a woman over there if I wanted to. So I said, I'm fine with a twin bed. Can we put this in the basement or somewhere? And they, no, we're not moving it. There was no room to move around in the room because the bed was enormous. But has anybody slept or tried to sleep in a memory foam bed? I'm just saying. I'm a little on the heavy side, a little chubby. I gained some weight in prison. You sink into it, and like it's kind of hard to roll my chubby butt back out of it. So day one, I was like, I fell asleep like a baby because of all the stress of getting out of prison and filming, and and then God forbid, I said the waitress was pretty in that restaurant. Shauna had a meltdown. But so this was a very long day, my first day out. And so I slept like a baby, but by the time I got up in the morning, I was like I felt like an egg, an egg tray. The memory foam, I hate them. God bless the people that make them or who like them, but they're not for me. So yes, I'm still very much a Christian. I just non-denominational. I try to stay away from denominations. Laura got the number one gifter badge. Rosalie, thank you so much. Everybody, hit the screen on TikTok. Go ask the questions, guys. Ask them. I'm going to be filming another movie soon in a few weeks in Florida. It's a prison comedy by Ciro DiPaggio called Suitcasing. So it's a prison comedy. So you remember the one with Stir Crazy with Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor back in the day? We'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay. Let me give a shout out to Bruce Sosa. I know he always drops in here. Shayla, thank you so much. Rosalie, Debbie, you were very blessed that they did that for you. Sure. Debbie, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I never, even on the show, even though people thought that me being uncomfortable there because of the horrible conditions they put upon me came across as ungrateful at times, but really I was grateful. And I said it on the show. I had a difficult situation with my family. They had ripped off my inheritance. So I wasn't trying to go back to New York while I was on parole or South Florida and then have my sisters, potentially, in my opinion, try to get me violated for no reason. So I just decided to forgive them and stay away from them. But yeah, you're right, Debbie. It was blessed. I don't wish anything bad on Mark and Shauna. Don't get me wrong. There's been a lot of people, fans, that have kind of said cruel things about them and to them and all that stuff. And I said, look, I don't support that at all. Don't bully them. I don't like that. But yeah, they made my life living hell over there. I'm not gonna say living hell. Let me back that up. All the rules and conditions and restrictions, they're very soft spoken. But in their soft spoken and the rule on the wall and their conditions, and like I had a friend buy me over $100 in steaks and meat. I put it in the freezer just overnight. I was going to bring it to Sharon's house because Sharon was holding my meat on the other side of the fence. And I was going to bring it over there the next morning. I woke up about 7 in the morning. They're both at work already. The house is empty. Big, beautiful house. They had a great house. I mean, I didn't like the color outside, but it's not my house. I go in the freezer to get ready to get the meat so Sharon could hold my meat. And there's nothing there. It's all gone. And somebody literally said, Bill, come on, I'll bring you to the store. What haven't you had in years? I'll buy you steaks, this, that, blah, blah. I said, are you kidding? Thank you so much. Just because you don't get good meat or you don't get anything in prison like that. 18 years of deprivation. Right now I could eat cans of peas because we didn't get peas for years. There's things that you take for granted. And I called Mark and Shauna simultaneously, sending them texts, calling them. I said, hey, I just woke up. There's like $100 in meat from the refrigerator missing. Do you know where it is? And one of them lied to me about it altogether. I don't know. I didn't see it. And then the other one said, oh, it was leaking. I threw it away and cleaned the refrigerator. That was all brand new frozen meat. Nothing was leaking. It was, I had looked in the trash. I wasn't going to eat it out of trash, but I looked. It was not there. So then they changed their story. Oh, it's sinful to eat meat. I'm like, how is it sinful? Even your pastor said it's not sinful for me to eat meat. I'd like to lose weight and all that, but first I want to eat good and do a few other things. I wanted to enjoy meat. So they try to guilt trip me, and then finally, Shauna lectures me. Well, I threw it in the outside trash outside the house, and if you want to eat that meat, you go out there and get it, but you're not cooking it in my house. Take it somewhere else. I said, Shauna, did you really just tell me to go in the outside trash where you threw $100 in meat that a friend purchased for me that I haven't had in almost 20 years? And did you tell me to eat it out of the trash? That's when I knew that these people, I mean, I got to be careful what I say because, I can prove what I'm saying, but I just don't like to be mean to people like they've been to me. A fan told me an idea for a t-shirt that I should make and sell, merchandise, like whatever, merch store. Let's just say something like, be a Bill in a world of Sharnas. So that'll give you an idea of that conversation. Shauna told me to eat out of the trash. There's so much more that never made it on the show. When she knew I wasn't interested in her romantically, and if you buy my book, go to especially the first edition. I'll hold it up on the screen one day, and you look in the acknowledgement section of this book, you'll know that there was more to Shauna and me than she admitted to on the show. And I had forgotten that I had written it in the book. And somebody close to me said, you know what? The book that was published a year and a half before you got out, everybody who reads that is going to know there was more to what was going on, more that was mentioned on the show. All right, 203 here. Leave some comments, questions, comments. I got to figure out how to bring these comments on the screen on YouTube. I don't know. Anybody on YouTube, please leave a comment for me or a question. That's appreciated. We got 177 watching live. This is Bill from Inmate to Roommate. I'm going to be having a small piece in a great movie. I went to the premiere in New York City a few months ago, and they needed more footage. So Ciro DiPaggio said, would you like to be in it? Dave Icavetti from Club TV, he wrote the book called Fat Dave. It's about his father, who was a captain in the Gambino family. And so Dave and I are very, very good friends, and he's in it too. And so Dave and I, the guy who wrote the book that Silent Partners is based upon, are in the same scene. So shout out to Dave, shout out to Ciro, and my buddy in life and in faith, and just an encouraging man, Bruce Socha. Bruce has been in so many movies. He just did the one with Rob Lowe, and just forget about it. He's building himself up to be an A-list actor. Okay, let me try to get to these comments. Any car is better than no car. That's right, Daytona. I'm not married. We didn't get married yet. Good for you. Love much. HJ, thank you. Apple user. Did you lead Shauna on for her to like you like she did with you? Listen, did I lead her on? All I got to do is talk. She let herself on. I never was interested in Shauna. She would write me for 6 years telling me her, all the stuff in her life. And let's just say I'm thinking about putting out a book of letters because maybe I did. I don't know. You have to read the letters. So, but thank you for that question, Catherine. Aquarium Moon Goddess, tell me that you and your lady are still together. Mary's awesome, and so are my fans and everybody that tolerates me. You guys are wonderful. Let me see. Are those eyes your personality? We definitely do. Aquarius, thank you. You want to see the letters? You want to see the letters between me and Shauna? Who wants to see the letters? Put a yes in the comments or something. If anybody wants to see letters or have me read them maybe one a day on here or put a book out, put like a yes or a no. And if it's a yes, read them one a day, or yes, put out a book of the letters between myself and Shauna. Obviously, I only have her copies, and you'll enjoy them. So, Hope, we love you, Bill. You love me at times when I don't even love myself. Thank you so much, everybody. If you love me on TikTok, hit that screen as fast as you can. Go real fast. I want to see some hearts, because the hearts evidently are something really good in TikTok algorithm universe. Hopefully people all over the world. Send that invite button. You can send out to 15 people to watch this show. Thank you for answering. You're welcome. Drop the book, Uncle Bill. We adore you. Aquarian Mom Goddess. Thank you. He created you. Love yourself always. He does. XO Jane. Are we talking about God? Because I like talking about God. God's awesome. He loved me when I couldn't love myself. He got me through a lot of things where, like, when I was living an illegal lifestyle, doing stupid crimes that I could have been killed. I've had high-speed chases with the cops. I've been shot at. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff happen. You guys, my autobiography is coming out soon, but my other two books are out now. Go to my um, what the heck's it called? My website, williamsteeleauthor.com. Williamsteeleauthor.com. You can find the books. And let me see. Shazad.com asked to join the live. I apologize, but I'm on a whole nother agenda today. Maybe another day I'll bring you on, Shahzad Khan. Thank you, sir. Thank you for saying hello. How did I contact the show to work with me? An acquaintance contacted me and said, "Hey, they like your story. Are you interested in talking to them and being on there?" Yes, Carrie. Thank you, Bill. Okay, I don't get it with these accounts with these numbers. C3633-255. That's one thing I never understand. Are you like hiding from your wife or your husband or somebody? I mean, why do people put these accounts with that? I'm new. I'm pretty new at this. I've been in prison 18 years, so I'm learning. Right now, I'm in front of an iPhone and a screen, and I don't even know how many people are watching. Can somebody please tell me how many people are watching on Facebook? Go to official William Steele. If you want to go to my fan page on Facebook, it's Inmate Central, Inmate Central, hosted by Bill. Positive environment, no negativity. If you get negative, I boot you. I rarely block anybody, but I will. Um, awesome. Thank you so much. Chop Chop 94. All right, Chop Chop. I like that. Sounds like you're cooking some something. Yes, Jen. Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. I would like to see people hitting this thing. 86 is a good number. I don't know what it means. Unlock live access, add live goal. I don't know what any of these buttons mean on this TikTok. Can anybody help me? I'm wondering what's happening with my comments on YouTube because I don't see them anymore. Mary Bass, forensic accountant, senior activist. Thank you, Mary. Love of my life. Thank you, ma'am. I love you, babe. Great job, Bill. Face red, smiling live. Is my face red? I don't know. Maybe it's the lighting in here. All right, Jeff. I see you're back. What was that earlier? I don't know. We got a situation over here because I have no clue how to pull up the rest of these comments. I apologize if you're on YouTube. I genuinely don't know how to pull up your comments. If you want, put your comments on my Facebook page under the show because it's live over there right now. And you could put them there. They'll be up there. When I get done with this, I'll go through them and send you. I'll answer every one of them. It's official William Steele Facebook. Glossy lip girl. Yes, you're talking about Sharon. Sharon was the one holding my meat. The next door neighbor. Daytona Douglas. I look good. Thank you, sir. Nina Noel. Tell us about Shauna. Like I said, put something in the comments. Should I write a book or should I read them over the show? Should I do both? I don't know. Everybody, if you want to support me, Bill's Rules. Guess what? I have their autographed copies for sale. I sign them on video and I send you a copy of the video. I say hello. You have a personal shout out from me. I was approached by Cameo, and a lot of people want me to be an influencer. And I didn't even know what an influencer was till a few months ago. I'm figuring it out, but I'm also figuring out there's a hell of a lot of scammers out there. But if you want an autographed copy of the rules, everybody, send me a private message on, let me see. You can send it to me here on official William Steele on iCloud email. You can send it to me right here on TikTok. There's 85 people watching. And I'll send you an autographed copy of the rules, the actual rules that were on the wall in episode 1, season 1, Inmate to Roommate, the crazy rules that Mark and Shauna put on my bedroom wall. You should put it in the room so that if she wants to know what was said and she needs to pay for it, you should put it in a Daytona Douglas. Clarify what you're saying. I think you might have something there, but I can't quite make out your idea. I'd be an amazing influencer. I want to hear it. That's what I want to hear about. Who the heck can I influence? I've been to prison. Make sure you get these locks for my prison cell, and not those. I was a locksmith, an alarm technician, safe and vault technician. That's why before I went to prison, I stole millions of dollars. I regret it. I apologize. But that's my history. So everywhere I go, they were very security conscious with me because it's pretty much no lock or alarm system I can't get through. Um, and I did this relentlessly all around the country, stealing jewelry, artwork, coins, etc. So what can I influence? Can I tell you that I prefer medical locks on your house and maybe do affiliate marketing with those? I don't know. What can I influence? I mean, I could do dieting programs. I probably need to lose a little something. But what do I influence? You tell me what kind of companies I should collaborate with. I'm open to suggestions, and I'm being very serious. Just being yourself. Sloop and Willow. Hello, Lady T. Thank you. Damon is fishing. Damon loves fishing. Guess what, Damon? If you're watching, I love fishing. I used to go off the coast of Florida and the Bahamas a lot. Used to go scuba diving when I was, years ago. I was a little bit thinner. I used to love scuba diving. Since I've been out of prison, just over a year now, year and a half, I have not been fishing yet. I love bass fishing. I love ocean fishing. I wouldn't even know where to fish where I'm at. If you're in the Fort Wayne area, we're currently filming in Fort Wayne 2 different TV shows. You want to invite me fishing? Send me a private message. I'll go with you. You can say you went fishing with a reality TV star, but I need to make sure that you're safe and not going to, throw me in with the fishes. But I would love to go fishing. It's been so long. There's a few things you don't forget in life: riding a bike, fishing, and we're not going to discuss the other. But I cannot wait to go fishing. Just be yourself. Thank you, Carrie. You're nice, very nice. Fluff and friends. What the heck is that? Fluffy friends? I don't know what that means, but very fun. Tana Marie Torres like my video. Thank you, ma'am. Catherine, hey Bill, thank you. Your redemption arc is awesome, overcoming the odds. But have I? Look, this isn't my first rodeo, but this is the longest time, and I attribute it to my faith and the support of my fiance that I've been really, really doing the right thing, helping crime victims, helping people that are wrongfully convicted. I'm working on like 5 more books right now, and I have 2 out. This is the one Shauna didn't want anybody to read on the show. Remember this one, guys? If you guys want an autographed copy, contact me in the private messages. I'll send these autograph. If you look real close, Nancy Grace, the queen of true crime, covered my book on her podcast. It's been written about in the National Enquirer several times, New York Post, all these places. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, you know what? I wrote that book not for salacious tell-all. I knew Robert Durst, and so I'm writing from the point of view of what I knew about him, from the point of view of crime victim advocacy. He went on trial for murder right after I got out of prison. I went to Los Angeles to attend the trial. Couldn't get in because of COVID unless you had like a weeks in advance appointment and all this nonsense. And so I was there hanging out with the guys from Court TV and, a few of the journalists that knew who I was. And I had several of these books with me, when I went to Robert Durst's murder trial. He had just spent about $6 million on defense lawyers. Don't forget, he was worth about $100 million. So he murdered a friend of ours, a mutual friend, Susan Berman. Susan Berman was a screenwriter, author. Her father was David Jew Berman, and he was a mobster in Las Vegas years ago under Meyer Lansky. So he killed Susan. So I went out there for the trial, and they got him. They're trying to prosecute him in New York for killing his first wife, Kathy. I'm friends with Kathy Durst's family from New York. The prosecutor was pissed off that I wrote this book, John Lewin, okay? They take a recess. He comes out, shake his hand. It dawned on him who I was. He goes, how the hell did you get out of prison? What are you doing in Los Angeles? I said, I got a travel pass from my parole officer. I'm here to support the victims. He says, well, I don't appreciate you putting out a book right before my trial. John Lewin was recently, a few weeks ago, on HBO Max on a thing called The Jinx. It was like a 6-part follow-up documentary to the original Jinx. I don't know what's going on. My TikTok wants me to verify who I am now. It wants me to move a puzzle piece. So let me do that. All right, I think they're happy. Unable to verify. Try again. I couldn't get it in the hole where they wanted me to put it. All right. Now it's there. So now John Lewin was upset. I said, Mr. Lewin, congratulations for finally getting this guy prosecuted. He's killed so many people that you're not even aware of. And I was just trying to raise awareness and support the victims. So he just pretty much blew me off. And then later, the defense lawyer from Texas, he represented David Koresh. He comes out with his big cowboy hat on, Dick DeGuerin. Dick comes out of the courtroom with about 5 lawyers streaming behind him. Don't forget, they were just paid about $6 million to represent this guy. And I'm throwing a monkey wrench in the whole case by writing this book. This is an expose of the wealthiest serial killer in American history. And so here I am, fresh out of prison, making waves. You had Britney Spears getting rid of her conservatorship in one courtroom, and then Robert Durst, $100 million man, going on trial for murder. It was so big and so much media there, they had to separate them into 2 separate courthouses. So, because, of course, Britney Spears, God bless her, she really draws a crowd, and everybody wanted her out of her conservatorship. And so Dick DeGuerin sees me there, and he started screaming at me for writing the book and some of the things that I said, that I have proof and I have recordings. And he said, I'm not going to say the word he used, but it got the attention of the court TV people in the hallway and the bailiffs. The bailiffs were guarding the door. You can't go in because it's COVID. You don't have, you didn't arrange for seating. So anyway, I don't know how to add you, but I'm just learning this. I can't figure it out tonight. Why? Jen, I see your message is dropping down. Why? All right. So here's the deal. So I go to the trial. The lawyer comes out, tells me off. She says, "Be careful with my words." I'm assuming she means TikTok. I don't know which words are troublesome on here, but I'm relating stuff that's in the media. Oh, I can't show my book because of the title. That's unfortunate. But you guys can see part of the title there under my fingers, right? That word under my fingers is troublesome for, I guess, the Chinese TikTok handlers. Oh, and I can't say the word, that. So, we got you. It's on my cover. I can't. Thank you for the information, Jen. I have somebody sending me some text telling me to be careful. I didn't realize it was that strict. I figured, say pew pew. What's pew pew? Like Pepe Le Pew? I don't know what you mean by that, but I'll look. Everybody, this has been advertised all over the place. Nancy Grace covered my book. Oh, okay, Jennifer. Thank you. She's telling me be careful of my choice of words because TikTok likes to. I'll tell you what. Here's what happened on YouTube. One of my good friends happens to be an attorney for Donald Trump, and his name's Peter Tickton, the lawyer you want between you and your problems. So Peter comes on my show frequently. He's also representing my co-host Samantha Markle, Meghan Markle's sister, and she, they're suing, I think, Oprah, Netflix, Meghan Markle, and Prince Harry. So Peter comes on my show relatively frequently, and every time he comes on my YouTube, channel, YouTube algorithms say he can't say the election was, like that. This term, the term. You can't. I said it's his lawyer. He can say whatever he wants. He's got some evidence that actually happened. They suspended my channel. Another time, that disease that was going around, he had inside information about its source and what works, what doesn't work, that they were trying to keep from the rest of the world. I think everybody's on the same page about that at this point. Maybe back then there were split camps, but now everybody knows a lot was withheld and a lot of people died needlessly. So he mentioned specifics. Again, my YouTube got shut down. And I'm like, I'm trying to get on my feet and earn a living here, because some of the stuff is monetized. And I'm trying to play by the rules. But if you're not politically correct or woke and all that stuff, I kind of fall in the middle. Like, I get it. I respect everybody's right to do whatever you want in this country. Just don't hurt each other. Like Rodney King. What does Rodney King say? Can't we all just get along? Why can't it be that simple, right? So I'm learning to deal with it. Now I'm relatively new on TikTok. I picked up like 10,000 followers in one day. Um, and I put up a reel the other day, a film, whatever, like a minute long. Like almost immediately had, I think it was 11,000 views. And that's thanks to Julian Hagen. Check out Julian Hagen on TikTok. The man's a beast. He talks about reality television. He was asked to cover season 2 or 60 Days In. All of them are on my network, A&E network. Okay, I'm still under contract with them. He said, Inmate to Roommate, I've never heard of it. He said, but why would I cover season 2 without checking out season 1? So he watched my season, and he said it was one of the funniest reality shows he'd ever seen in his entire life, and that was the best thing he's ever seen. This is a guy who covers reality television. He wasn't BSing me. So he started putting up reels, and I had fans coming, check out Julian's show. He's huge. He covers reality TV. All he does is talk about you. And so Julian Hagen and I now have become really good friends, and he's incredible. He's an editor. He works for a major network. He works for a studio. He has 76 million views on TikTok. I jump on TikTok immediately. His fans are joining my things. My fans are joining his, and we're going to be collaborating on a few things going forward. So Julian Hagens, Hagins. Check him out. Check that. My redemption's awesome. Overcoming the odds. Thank you. Nope, never been to Pittsburgh. Please say forget about it. What am I here to amuse you? Somebody said they want the letters, right? I should put them up for auction. Should I write a book? Should I read them on the air? I think I should put a price on them and donate a lot of them under the charity. There you go. $1 billion. You want the letters? I want $1 billion. Okay, I'll do that. Just watched it a few days ago. You were the best on the show, Sarah. Thank you so much. I still can't listen. I literally sometimes look at my own episodes, not because I'm vain or like my head's swollen or anything, but I just can't believe it. One, I went through that experience with Mark and Shauna. And like I said, God bless them. I forgive them. They're just different. So, but I laugh at some of the things I said and some of my reactions. Like I was told something I think stupid in the car, and I went like this. And then I'll tell you what, they kept bugging me when I was going to get married to Mary, and and that we had a falling out. And I said, we're having an A-list wedding out in California. It's very private. And Mark and Shauna, and especially Mark, was trying to invite himself. And I said, listen, Brad Pitt and I have become very close, and he's going to be there, and there's just too much bad blood, and I'm not having it. He begged and pleaded to come. He said, I'll be your bodyguard. I want to meet the celebrities. I want to be in some more shows. I said, Mark, I don't need a bodyguard. I'm not a big, scary guy, but guess what? I'm pretty street smart. I don't need a bodyguard, and I'm not that famous. So you guys don't even realize how much stuff was on the show that nobody's seen. You'd be scratching your head like, what is wrong with these people? But anyway, when he was driving me to the airport to go to California, there was a line. There's nothing scripted. It's conversational. They just say, have a normal conversation. If you're mad at each other, talk about it. If you're happy with each other, talk about it. They just kind of encourage conversation, but real stuff, nothing made up. They don't tell you what to say. So he kept asking, so you're not going to tell me you're going out to see Mary. You're going to tell me when you're getting married. Now, Mary suggested, and she had said this a few times, I said, man, they're driving me crazy about when we're getting married. And we knew that the two of them weren't getting along at all. She was coming on to me, and he was, I'm not going to say what he was doing on here, but figured out. So he kept asking me, like, we're driving to the airport, and he's making me tense. And I'm like, listen, I'm going out there to have some fun, to see my woman. I'm deeply in love. You guys have made my life miserable. You've made her life miserable and stressing us out beyond. So he said, well, you're not going to invite us to the wedding. We'll let you live in the house, whatever he said. And so when are you guys actually getting married? And I said, how about the better question is, when are you and Shauna getting divorced? when I look at some of the stuff I said, and honestly, it wasn't scripted, but Mary said she's sick of hearing them asking about it. Tell them something like that. So she's so funny. She came up with that. It was exactly appropriate because I don't predict them being together long. Let me see. 91 on there. You love watching me. Jade, how are you? Okay. I'm trying to look, guys. I need you to leave comments. I got 40 new messages. It's crazy. I turn on my messenger services on all these different platforms. I have like thousands of messages waiting for me. I don't even like know how to manage it anymore. And I'm so grateful for my fans. I love you guys so much. You wonder what Sean is doing? she's probably writing me letters and then burning them on a daily basis. Who said that? Cassie. Emma says, Bill, I don't know how you got through that mess. You know how? My faith and my humor. People were like worried about me in that environment. Like, man, they're going to violate you, or, if you don't give her what she wants, she's going to make a fake accusation. And I said, you know what? God's in control. I handle this with humor. I'm fine. And then people that were really worried, like my girl, I'd say, look, could you understand the type of people you had to live with occasionally in prison? Like, really, sometimes you had some horrible cellmates until you could get a cell change or whatever. And really bizarre people, sometimes violent people, sometimes they want to, steal from you, and they steal from everybody because they're all, I can't say what they do, but they're doing a lot of things they're not supposed to be. So they need extra to support their bad habits. And I had none of those habits. My habit was helping people, working in the law library, work with the chaplain's office, work in the medical department. I was on the offender representative committee. And that's like advocating for inmates' rights, enforcement of the policies and rules. That's why I do that now. Even now, I work with people in prison, their family members and whatnot. All the roommates on that show seem to have control issues. Enough said. I observed that too. You know who the only one that didn't seem to have that? Dr. Henry. I never met him personally yet. I intend to. He seemed like he genuinely had DQ's best interest at heart. And he wasn't trying to control him. He was trying to keep him out of trouble with parole. That's all. Lovely Lynn, thank you so much for Happy Independence Day. This is an Independence Day special. And I'll stand up, but I have to do it carefully because I'm doing what everybody else does. I'm doing a show in my boxers. So what does that say? Liberty and justice, right? There you go. So Independence Day, free country. I'm free. We have some insane politicians trying to make everybody crazy in this country right now, and one that needs a lot of prayer and probably, in my opinion, removed from office. But before he makes things even worse than they are. But no matter who comes in next, I mean, the guy is not well anymore. Where's my ice machine? I've had fans tell me to get that same model and sell them with affiliate links, and I'm intending to do that because they're actually out of stock. I was also going to sell autographed ice machines for $200, and the only reason they would be that high is because they cost close to that. How much bacon is in my fridge? Oh, man. I eat bacon almost every day. I mean, there's some wisdom to what they were trying to encourage me to do, but they've tried to force it on me was another story. How's the lunch meat? Yep. Very good. Very good. Never know best. You dyed your hair black. Well, let's just say that there's a reason for that. Strategic. I'm in movies now, by the way. So I'm getting ready to read for a very important role. Like, it's absolutely huge. And I am like this close to getting it. So very good, Courtney. Thank you so much for asking. Never know best. Nice. If you're on YouTube, I promise you, I don't know how to pull up the comments anymore. I have like 11 comments up here, and I just don't know how to pull them up anymore beyond the 11. Okay, there's something here that says new comments. Susan Merritt says, hello, Jinxie, talk about Epstein. Pitbulls and cats. Is this really you? Yes, it's really me. Bill from Inmate to Roommate. 11:45. You gave that message. I don't know what time it is now. 12:02. Teresa, Laura Davis from Michigan. Glad you're free. You don't have to hide. You can eat your sandwich. You don't have to hide your meat. Okay. Let me. So I think I have them all now. Again, if you're on Facebook, I can't see it. Can somebody go to Facebook and tell me how many people are watching over there? Official William Steele on Facebook. What's the biggest accomplishment since I've been free? Sleep. I almost never sleep. Sleep. If I can sleep, it's a miracle because I am still thrilled to be free. If it's raining or nighttime, I'm in that car. I got a beautiful black Cadillac. I hit the road, turn the music on. I love to sing. If you guys go to my TikTok, YouTube, even on my shorts, you'll see me singing here and there. But I don't know what's allowed. Like some of these platforms, oh, it's copyright. It's like you broke a federal law or something. Because you sing. Bill, my wife and I watched. Hold on a second. I'm trying to read it. Aubrey, Bill, my wife and I watched your season, and we're so happy to see you away from those crazies. Thank you. If you guys want to support me in any way, shape, or form, as far as my journey, my freedom, our advocacy for crime victims and for the wrongfully convicted, you can go leave me a message here, and I'll show you how you can get an autographed copy of the rules. I have those now. They're about this big, because the poster's gigantic. The poster's not far from me now. I'll bring it up on my next live. But I have the poster. It's going to be mounted upside down in my living room with very fancy lights on it. I don't know if you guys heard the fireworks outside the window. Hear it? Guys, are you guys hearing that? It's 12:04, so they're not going to let anybody sleep, and the dogs are freaking out. Natural's better. Thank you, Lolo. I think it's a little too dark, too. I can't even believe there's like hundreds of people watching this. You guys are freaking awesome. Man, I wish all of you would buy my book. Go to Amazon, buy my book, please. I want you to leave reviews, too. It's very important because I can't tell you what kind of review to leave, but obviously those 5-star reviews really help push the book out to more hands. So let me cover the title of it. You see underneath my 2 fingers? I'm not allowed to show it on screen. But if you go to Amazon and look me up, you'll see the book about Robert Durst and another one about Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, my God. Thank you so much. Courtney, do me a favor. The quickest way to find it is go to my website. It's going to be William Steele with 2 E's, WilliamSteeleAuthor.com, WilliamSteeleAuthor.com. Let me know if you can get on there. You see them. It'll say purchase books. There's 2 for sale. Actually 3, but one's a digital one. I did one called Bank Vault Heist about a bank burglary, a true story, where I offer crime prevention techniques that could have prevented it. Sarah says, where are you? Well, I'm from New York City, from Brooklyn. I'm currently still in the Midwest. I'm filming 2 TV shows in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Anybody out there from Fort Wayne? Was it hard to write a book? No, it wasn't hard to write a book at all. You basically make an outline. I'd like to do like a few sheets of paper from doing it by hand because all this technology is so new to me. In prison, I would have like sheets of, typing paper and 1 through whatever, 200. And every story I wanted to tell or convey or thing, I would write a one-liner because that one line reminds me of what I need to flesh out and tell the whole story. And that one line becomes a chapter, a half a chapter. Like the day I crashed the car, whatever, just the day I hit the sheriff's house, because I hit the sheriff's house and I stole things that weren't supposed to be in a sheriff's house. Sheriff Nick Navarro, he's the one that founded the COPS program, or was part of the COPS program in the very beginning. So I actually hit his house. So when I write about that, for example, I would make notes, Navarro's house. And then that story of how I came to burglarize his house and what the aftermath was crazy. Could really be 2 chapters. And then anything like, how do they get on Inmate to Roommate? What's the real story between me and Sharna? You know, you just put bullet points. Then you flesh those out into chapters and all that. Now, I'll be honest with you. When I went to prison, if you talk to your remote control, you were crazy. Now, there's not a day that goes by that I'm not talking about remote control to get something changed on the TV. I still don't understand any of it. Thank you, Chris Warner. Another one. Just finished season 2. We encourage others to write a book. Absolutely, I encourage others to write a book. I'm actually helping other people write their books right now. That's one of the services I provide. There's some things that I do, free because people have helped me, and there's other things I do charge a nominal fee for. And so we do help people write books now. Public relations. I'm starting a public relations firm called Steal the Spotlight. So my TV show in the Midwest, my own show, Steal the Spotlight Television. It's a Midwest cable show. You love me on the show. Some girl. What girl? Thank you. Jade. Whoa, awesome. Yeah, so I would make an outline, bullet points, and then so the bullet points then get fleshed out into several pages, and then in prison it's very tedious to edit things. Now, with all this voice to text, I get in usually the note section of my phone because I don't know how to use much else, and I'm real good at dictating and my paragraphs and everything. And I'll just tell a story like I'm talking to you. The day I escaped from prison, it was a beautiful day, except for the fact that I was planning to escape from prison today. So I escaped from prison several times. I got caught once. The one time I didn't come back. But that's a whole nother thing. You have to read the books to figure out what happened. No, I'm not David. Lex, what? Lex, I heard I look like some guy named David on 90 Day Fiance. But no, I've looked him up and just compared the photographs. I think I'm kind of biased, but I think I'm a little more handsome than that guy. But anyway, who am I to say? You've always been told to write a book. If you need assistance, contact me in the private messages. Lovely Lynn. Lovely Lynn, laughing. Thank you. April 420. 420 has something to do with something, but I don't know all these things. I've been in prison too long. Got 74 people on here. Everybody, do me a favor now, if you don't mind. KJ, hello, Alicia. Hit that screen 1,000,000 miles an hour. Tap the screen because that'll bring those hearts up. And I'm really grateful because right, you do look like David. I've heard that from the very beginning. I didn't know who David was. I never saw the show. But now I know. I looked him up and I said, okay, we look similar. Oh my God, it's William. He was kidding. Yap, God. Oh my God, it's William. He was kidnapped by 2 mental patients after jail. Thank you so much. Wow, what does that star mean? Somebody better tell me. Beth, I think you commented in. Oh my God, what are all those hearts mean? It's like times 30. Yap, God. I'm assuming that means money. I don't know what you're doing. If you're just saying hi and being nice, or if that actually means donations. They were nuts. Yes, I got to be careful what I say. We did some talking about them earlier. If you want to get this book, the one that she told everybody not to read, here it is. Go to my website and purchase my book. This book is doing relatively well. Shauna put a negative 1-star review on it for profanity that she already knew was in it. It was a spiteful review. I can't get it off Amazon. You'll see it on Amazon. She calls herself Aloha Nurse. That's Shauna. And I could prove that too. But you have to read the book to find out a little more about that. You have to be careful not them still having a problem when they were caught in 4K. Wow. Yap, go. Thank you. Also, I have autographed copies of the rules that were on the wall in season 1, episode 1, those crazy big pink list of rules. We made them because people were asking, hey, Bill, sell them. So I do them on video and I send you a video of it. Send me a message here if you're interested in purchasing a copy of the rules autographed by me on video, and I send you both. They were on camera being problematic. You haven't even seen the half of it. I mean, I'm a businessman. Thank you, Julie. Is that Julie? Jade, excuse me. I got on live for 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break. That's what TikTok's telling me. You liked my hair before. Look, I'm gonna make a little joke here. These were done. Everything was a little too dark, and so I made a joke. I looked in the mirror. I didn't recognize myself. I said, "Oh my God, it's so black. You look like a freaking Armenian shoe salesman over here." Just a joke. No offense to anybody. Just in humor. Sunglasses. Yep, yep, good. Somebody tell me in the comments what the rose means. Yep, yep. God, what does that mean? Also, yep, yep. Send me a private message here, and I will send you how exactly to get autographed copies of whatever you'd like. It's probably easier just to get the book on through my website though, or Amazon. My website is williamsteeleauthor.com. Okay, thank you so much. You're sending me money. No, 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 Renee. Renee thinks I'm David. I'm from Inmate to Roommate on A&E. My show's better than his. I have tens of millions of fans somehow, and I can't figure out how the heck I did it. Listen, when you're in prison as long as I've been there, and your sister's ripping off your inheritance, and the whole world turning their back on you, you start thinking the whole world hates you. It's a very depressing ride. And I didn't cope with it by using things that other guys use. I cope with it by reading and studying. And I was in my Bible, actually. Was in law. I was a law clerk for many years. And I help people, and I try to hold on to my humor, but inside I was torn up, I was brokenhearted, all that stuff. And so how did I survive it? I survived it with my faith. Prison, I survived it with humor. I tried to hold on to my good humor. Let me see. Carissa, you talking about Mary? Yes, thank you. I'm relatable, good storyteller. Okay, thank you. You couldn't figure, you couldn't find a follow button because you're already following. Thank you so much. Uh-oh, Inmate to Roommate. Yes, I'm Bill. I'm not David. Everybody said that when my first show first came out. I said, "Oh my God, Bill and David look the same." I'm like, "Who the hell's David?" How about this, everybody? They say reality stars. So supposedly I'm a star now, right? I was on TMZ with Harvey Levin live. We had 8 million views. It like exploded. And I'm like, when I'm watching TMZ, it says on the bottom, A&E reality star, William Steele. And it's still surreal. Oh, by the way, everybody, Mary, guess what? She's a regular contributor now on TMZ. Have you talked about why you went in? Yes, yes, yes. My guy, Bill, Jessica, hello. Yes, I talk to college and university students all the time about criminal justice. The reason I went in is I got out of control with some things. I don't want to say the name of it here. And one thing led to the other, unfortunately. And I ended up in trouble. And I was actually a locksmith and alarm technician on the street. And I started using my skills with locks and alarms to commit multi-million-dollar burglaries all across the United States. I was a very, very prolific jewel and art thief, and I was a trafficker for a while, and also trafficked some other things, New York to Florida. I regret it all. Never ever I wish I had never done it. My story is one of, I might tell you a story to get your attention, but it's all about don't follow in my footsteps, because there's nothing but misery and heartbreak, and you lose everything. And all these tough guys, they're so tough. They go into prison. It's like a badge. And guess what? They're hurting as much as the next person. They're just too proud to show it. They're just too proud to try to change. So I decided I'm not going through this crap again. I decided to do what it took to do something different, to do something better. Talk about why I went in. Brigadeiro, maybe another time, Brigadeiro, because I'm getting ready probably to wrap this. But if you guys want books, no, I've never been to Boston. Why? Are you wondering if I hit the Gardner Museum? Just saying. You know, I don't know what the hell was wrong with me when I was a kid. My mother was mentally ill. She's wonderful, but it was a lot of heartache in my family. And I always defend the mentally ill against bullies, including my mother. But I don't know what got into me. I was in the Museum of Natural History in New York, and the first thing I ever stole in my life, and it might have been like maybe a glance into my future. The first thing I ever stole, I think it was either Tyrannosaurus Rex or a Brontosaurus, something like that. Gigantic dinosaur bones, right? And, you know how they are in the museums. And New York Museum of Natural History is one of the biggest museums on planet Earth. So they had the biggest, whatever the hell he was. And I'm probably 7 years old, and a piece of the spine of that dinosaur had fallen off somehow or broke off, was laying underneath the tail. And when my father wasn't paying attention, God bless him, because he never broke a law in his life, I drove the poor guy crazy because I took a different path because of problems with my mother, probably. And then I started doing that. But that was after college. I stuck under there. I stole the dinosaur bone from the Museum of Natural History. Life is twofold. You have good, you have to have bad. It's a dance, and sometimes we dance too much. That's right. Everybody's got skeletons. And I challenge one person here, Kaylee. Hello, Jay. I challenge one person here to tell me they haven't done something that they now regret. Illegal stuff, especially. So, everybody, I want to give another shout out to Jen. One of my fans bought me a stand because I was too wiggly on my phone on my live, and she said, "You need a stand, Bill. Where can I send it?" She sent me that and these, and then I think she sent me a box of meat, but she won't tell me. But I don't know. She said there's something else on the way. Gigi's mom, so many things. TT, hello. Yes, I was, and then I agreed to reach out to the people that were making these decisions, and because this book was doing so well, I think, and I have an interesting story. Oh, I gotta cover the name of the book, but this book here, and Nancy Grace covered my book. I wrote this in prison, right? There you can see me. That's New York City, William Steele. So that's the one Sharna told everybody not to buy on the show. And guess what? You didn't see this on the show, but we did a book signing. And she told people at my first book signing, my first published book, I was very proud to be an author of a book written in prison that's been in the National Enquirer. It's been in the New York Post. It's been in all these publications. And she's telling people at my first book signing, straight out of prison, don't buy his book. It's got profanity in it. Where do I get the book at? Hello. Send me a private message here. I'll tell you, Brooke Lee. And not only that, write this down. WilliamSteeleAuthor.com. It'll say purchase book now. William Steele. That book is the word with the S in it, the 3-letter word. I can't say it here. And the serial killer. And it's about the wealthiest serial killer in American history, Robert Durst, whom I knew. He just went on trial in Los Angeles, spent about $6 million on lawyers. I'm not going to tell you how it turned out, but I knew him personally years ago. So I wrote a book from the point of view of crime victim advocacy. And my co-author, see the name on the bottom? Gary Greenberg. Gary is an extremely famous author, journalist, and he's been with the National Enquirer himself for about 20 years. He's a dear friend of mine. Gary's my co-author. Brooke Lee, go to my website's probably the quickest one because the link is right there. It'll take you to the Amazon. It's WilliamSteeleAuthor.com. Bond breaker. Sharna is. And then I have another one about Ghislaine Maxwell. I knew her before she became infamous. Chef joined New Zealand. Dylan. I got my hair done. Where? It's still bald. I'm reading or auditioning for a role, and so we wanted to do a little different color for the part. Check this out. So I'm going to be in a movie in a few weeks called Silent Partners. Silent Partners. It's going to be in theaters and streaming. And then I'm doing another one. It's a prison comedy called Suitcasing. Yes, I'm writing more books. I'm writing my faith testimony, my journey, my autobiography, And I'm writing a book because I was a law clerk and now I advocate for those who are wrongfully convicted. I'm writing a book like a guide for family members and prisoners on how to navigate the criminal justice system. Bond relay is something you gave 3 something or others. Thank you so much. Bond breaker, thank you. Well, I don't even know if my lines are going to make it on. I'm pretty sure my scene makes it on. But Dave Icovetti from Club TV, check him out. Dave Icovetti, Club TV. His father was Fat Dave Icovetti, a captain with the Gambino crime family. He wrote a book about his dad called Fat Dave. The movie I'm in, Silent Partners, is roughly based on his life, and I'm in all the scenes with Dave Icovetti. Yes, I'm writing more books, big screen. I'm not trying to be a movie star, but I think it's really cool because it helps promote my true crime channel on YouTube. I have a true crime channel. Check it out, guys. It's William Steele True Crime. Also, I'm on Rumble. Now, Rumble's phenomenal because you can say whatever you want. It's almost identical to YouTube. Check me out on Rumble, official William Steele on Rumble. That if anybody, it's exploding because of how tough it is on YouTube to really speak your mind, and you can say virtually whatever you want on Rumble without them shutting your channel down. Gigi's mom, Marissa, love it. Thank you. Thank you very much. We still have all these people here. Oh my God, roommate Bill. Annalie White, thank you. You know what? You're giving me an idea. I need to send one more invitation out to a bunch of people. Try to get some more people on here. Yes, I have my own fridge, and I hold my own meat in it. So I think that's a good thing. Now, Annalisa from season 2 is in the room. So let's see if she's going to say hello to us. What the Somebody put a hat on me or something. I don't know what the heck that was all about. Thank you. I don't know how to select people that I want to send this to. I'm just randomly picking people out here. Oh, Donna. Let's see if we can get Donna in. Frankie Vito. Frankie. Thank you. Thank you for joining. We really appreciate it. Pebbles be dogging. Gary Wiedemann, I see you here. Thank you so much, Rachel Imperial. Thank you for purchasing my book. By the way, the rules are for sale still. I have available autographed copies of the rules. So Kathy D, Ashley, holy moly, what the hell is that? 30 something. Yep, God. I got to know what God that you're into. That's pretty cool. You're very, very kind. I do appreciate you. Thank you. Samantha, it's only let me do, it looks like you can only do 15 at a time. I think it notifies like all my followers automatically. I don't know. But guys, I'm going to turn the screen around real quick so everybody knows this is Bill from Inmate to Roommate. I'm doing a very rare thing, which is a live, but I'm going out simultaneously right there. That's going out live on my YouTube channel right there. Unfortunately, there's nobody there right now. That's pretty weird. A little while ago, there was almost 300 people watching. So these are some messages that came in there. It's also supposed to be going out on Facebook. Now, I can have no independent confirmation of that because I don't have another device to check my Facebook account right now. If somebody could go, do me a big favor, and go to official William Steele on Facebook and check. Yes, Jazzy, thank you. And please check and tell me how many people right now are watching this live on Facebook, because I don't have enough devices and you know, things are, it's not easy to get another phone. Jay-Z, oh, this is what you want to know. Oh, this is what I want to know too. Oh, you're referring to the other question. Answer, yes. Sarah. Hello, Sarah. Thank you for joining. Now, if somebody would check my Facebook account for me, because I have no way to check it while I'm doing this, I'd like to know how many people are watching on Facebook right now. We had about 300 on YouTube a few minutes ago. TikTok universe, Timbolo. I don't know what all those things mean. I have no clue what it all means. Yep, God. Are you on Facebook? Because if you are, would you please see how many people are watching over there? It's driving me crazy that I don't know the numbers. Invite Damon loves fishing to join. Damon, I love fishing too, and I've not been fishing since I've been out of prison. And I absolutely love fishing. I love the ocean. I used to scuba dive a lot before I was locked up. Oh my God, that's embarrassing. Oh, it's getting late anyway. Another person is coming in with 4. Nicole, thank you so much. Bond Breaker, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to get ready to sign off. It actually is very late. It's almost 12:30. You guys are absolutely awesome. Kimberly, you just joined. Thank you. Am I still contact Jess? Yes, I'm still in contact with people that are incarcerated. I assist with people that are wrongfully convicted, and I don't turn my back on people, especially if they're trying to change. If they're trying to change, reach out. If you're a family member, you have a family member in prison, somebody who's wrongfully convicted, reach out. We'll cover the story. I advocate for people in prison now. I was a law clerk for 18 years in 3 different states. So 3 on Facebook at the moment. Thank you, Rachel. Okay. It's because it's late. I know on YouTube it's very bad right now, but on YouTube it was like it went up to like 300 or something at one stage about an hour ago. Queen Gina filed alive. Thank you. Queen Gina, I think it says. Wish you did. Wish you did, MD. I don't know what that means. Kate, you can go explain that here or in a message to me. I will definitely check that message out. I'm curious what that is. That's going to drive me crazy. But thank you. I don't know what it is. And who's to say I don't do it, right? As long as it's legal. You rock, Bill. Bombreaker. Invited Nicole Hopkins. My son needs an advocate. Reach out to me, private message. We also have a Cash App that I can send out to everybody if you want to help support what I do working with crime victims and for the wrongfully convicted, basically by telling their stories, advocating for them, and for publicity for them. So now I am forming and launching and have really launched a public relations firm, Steal the Spotlight, my cable TV show. I'm the executive producer and the host now, Steal the Spotlight Television. Cam, love you, Bill. Thank you. Queen Gina, he's wrongfully convicted. That's exactly what we work with right now. So we're working with several people out of California, especially Fresno. Fresno, California is no joke. They've been listed, if you Google Fresno, 2 years in a row, the most corrupt county in the United States. Still can't find them. I've got some answers, Jess, already. Thank you. But it's official William Steele. Send me a friend or follow thing and a message, and then I'll accept it. Everybody, if you want to check out my fan page on Facebook, it's called Inmate to Roommate Central, hosted by Bill. And that's where I try to keep a very clean show. Yes, Cam, I was offered another reality show a few weeks ago. I can't talk about it. I'm also in a movie called Silent Partners. It's going to be out in a few weeks. Silent Partners. And then another prison comedy called Suitcasing. Am I dating? I'm not allowed to date. Didn't you watch the show? But thank you for asking, Mystery. Yep, Queen Gina. I get it. It's late. So, all right, everybody. I hate to go. There's like 50 people here. I feel really flattered. You guys are freaking awesome. I mean, sometimes I read the comments. WilliamSteeleAuthor.com. Hang on. Yes, that's the site. Is it working? Is it going through? It should be working. It better be working. I'm going to go check it out right now. You got me curious. Yep. Tell me yes or no. Was that working when you went to it? Absolutely, Queen Gina. Send me a private message. Yep. God. Was my Facebook, my website still working? Got me a little concerned there for a minute. What about my website, WilliamSteeleAuthor.com? It should be working. I mean, we pay the bills for the thing. My old roomies, I still have contract obligations, and you'll be seeing a lot more. Yes, but if you go to WilliamSteeleAuthor.com, like author of books, William Steele Author. Oh, okay. Yes, I have a job. So I actually, if I added them up, I probably have 5 jobs right now. But thank you for asking, sir. William Steele Author is working, Jess. Thank you. Anyway, that's where you guys can order the books from while you're there. Also, I have available signed copies of the rules that were on my room in season 1. I give you a rare treat. Hold on a second. Now, I got to be careful as I stand up because I heard this was going on when I was in prison, that people do these shows in their underwear. So I joined the club. I'm in my boxers. I'm not going to stand up too high. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. About an hour ago. Everybody, you ready for this? What is this? Now, can anybody tell me what that is? How crazy were these people? It wasn't just a poster. This is screen used from the show, season 1. I kept it, but we're selling autographed copies of it that are about the size of a sheet of typing paper so you can frame them and put them in your kid's room or your man cave or wherever you want to put them. Or if you have a loved one in prison, you can mail it into them. But I autograph them now on thing. So send me a message, a private message here, and I'll tell you guys how to order autographed copies of that sign. Oh my God, yes. They should be so embarrassed and ashamed. There's no shame. They're all right, and they follow the Bible their way, even if they're mean to people. It's all good. Jesus I follow is not mean to people, whether you believe in Jesus or not. I think every faith recognizes that he was a good and decent, entity, man, God. Forget copy stuff. What does that mean? Oh, yep, God. Yep, thank you. No one's ordering that. Okay, Nunya, thank you for that encouragement. I appreciate that. What's the deal with her husband? Let's see. I can't talk too much about other people on the show and tell you what they're doing these days. It's not permitted. My own place. My own place. What is that supposed to mean? Common sense living. Sounds like you have a place to live. Common sense living. You're into the. Are you in a living space? Is there a place? Let's just say I sleep around. No, I'm just kidding. Are you in your own place now? I can't hear you. I've got something in my eye. Certain things I'm trying to do the math. Am I allowed to say it? Because certain things I can't say during lives, as far as my contract goes, I can't give certain things away. But thank you, Common Sense Living. If you want to send me a message, you're more than welcome to. I think home office. Yep, home office. So I'm encouraged to give you a round of anyone being a Karen. I didn't even know what the heck that meant till recently. Oh wow, thank you, Blue. Send me a message. I don't know how to respond to that. Blue, you're awesome. Thank you. When does my non-disclosure? I can't even tell you when it expires. Let's just say, like in the Scarface movie, when they asked, "Where's the yay? Where's the cash?" and Tony Montana said, "It close. Where's the cash?" The other guy said, "It close. Where's the yay? It close." You give me a place in the where? Muhammad, what the hell is Arden ranks? You have to explain that to me. I'm very curious. Sounds like it might be another country. Hey, I love to travel. I tell you what. Thank you. Yep, yep. Send me a private message here. We work it out. Myself included. Okay. Jade sent the rose. Jade, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. You guys are freaking awesome. Hello, YouTube. I didn't forget about you. I have like so many screens going here. The only one I can't check on is the Facebook, but I heard it's not going so good over there. It's a little less numbers. Let me see, myself included, Blue. The only issue is I'm in the Netherlands. I never visited there. There's always a first time for everything. I didn't know that. Tell me in the Netherlands, what's the name of the station you see my show on? I'd be very curious what in different countries where they find my show. If you're in the United Kingdom and England, especially, I want to know where you're seeing my show because I have so many friends and fans that live over there, and they're like, "Where do you find it?" And I mean, I guess I could ask the network. Iowa, imperfection is me. Me too. Me too. I'm half crazy. I'm imperfect, and I'm here to amuse you. I've seen it online, TikTok mostly. Okay, okay. Thank you. Yeah, listen, Rachel, Julian's wonderful. He's become a very good friend. He purchased my book. Okay, the man purchased my book. He said my reality show is like probably the funniest show he's ever seen in his life, and I didn't set out to be funny. I just kept my sense. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from New York, so I'm a little funny, a little sarcastic, I guess. And I was dealing with people that were not like easy to get along with. I mean, they have children. She does, and from my understanding, is they all pretty much fled the nest a long time ago. Yes, Blue. We love Julian. He's awesome, awesome, awesome. Keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He had COVID a few days ago. We were going to do another live, came down with COVID. So that's right. Imperfection. Monique, everybody, do me a favor, everybody. We still have 50 something people on here. Thank you. Hit the screen on this TikTok as fast as you can. Let me see. I knew she was on some such and such. Yep. Yep. Julian's awesome. Aloha from Hawaii. Monique, guess what? That's where Shauna wanted me to take her back to because she had lived out there. And I've never said that publicly before, but I can prove it. And guess what? There's some proof about that too. I hope he gets well soon. Absolutely. Everybody, thoughts and prayers for Julian. Bond Breaker, support Julian. Absolutely. Support him on Patreon. I started one, but I don't know how to use it. So I never got on Patreon. It's all set up. And then Cameo, whatever that is, approached me wanting me to do like shout outs and birthday wishes to people for money. And they told me, how much you can make and this and that. But you know what? I like to do it myself and be more personal. if you give me a donation or for free, whatever. I'm very, very accommodating. I love my fans. I love you guys so much. I get more satisfaction out of helping people than I do out of, saying, hey, here's a price for this or that. I mean, certainly some things have prices. Tanthrax Greymane, this guy here. Let me tell you about Tanthrax. He's on the screen. He's hitting that button. Somebody's going to have to tell me what that means. Everybody follow him. My fans follow Tanthrax Greymane. He's the top grifter or gifter. He's not a grifter. He's a good guy. This guy lives in like Alabama. I never been there, right? He talks different than me. I'm Brooklyn. He's got some country. One of the nicest guys I ever met. He looks me up on Facebook and all that. And he says, hey, basically, and I'm paraphrasing how we met, but basically, hey, are you the real Bill from Inmate to Roommate? Yeah. He said, man, those people you're living with are crazy. He said, you're blowing up on TikTok. I said, what the hell is TikTok? I wasn't sure what it was. He says, man, you got 9 million views and you don't even know what TikTok is. I said, I didn't know what TikTok was. So I opened it. He walked me through a few things, opened the account. He was referring to the TikTok A&E channel had hashtag Inmate to Roommate for them. And they locked down that account because they know the name of the show before it comes out. So nobody else can get it. That one had me, I think, recently at like 15 or 17 million. So I wish I had a quarter for every person that likes it or watches it or, comes in, but it's not set up that way. Support Julian. Hope he gets well. Tanthrax Greymane. Put your name or your stuff here. I'm gonna ask Tanthrax. There you are. Tanthrax Greymane. Everybody see it on the screen? Please, please, please follow him. He's a good friend. He's been nothing but an encouragement to me since I got out of prison, and he's always available if I reach out to him. He's down in Alabama, and he's another one that fights against these child such and such, the people that do stuff to, the children. He is very, 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 very big advocate about helping people crack down on that like I am. Just not in the summer. Thank you, Tanthrax. Bill, if you do a cameo, oh my God, Bill, I love you. Cammy, thank you so much. You're incredible. Thank you. It's personal individual that's very cool and can make you. Yeah, they keep contacting me. The cameo people keep like soliciting me. They said, look, you might not realize it, but you're a pretty famous reality star right now, and you should do this. And maybe I will. I mean, I'm learning this. Look, when I went to prison, I never sent an email. I didn't have a text. There was no such thing as a smartphone. I was on the internet one time in my life before I went to prison. I was locked up for 18 years for nonviolent crimes. So I'm learning all this, and I'm learning how to navigate this TikTok and my YouTube and all that stuff there. Brandy, the funny one. You were just so cool. Muhammad, thank you, sir. I don't know where you're from. Muhammad, put in the comments where you were commenting in from. Everybody, I'm always curious about where people are from because I'm just curious. I just love to travel, and I would like to know a little bit about everybody. You guys know a lot about me. If you're comfortable, tell me on the bottom of the comments what city you guys are from individually. Let me see where everybody's from. Tanthrax Greymane. Tanthrax. I got it right. Good dude from Alabama. Love this guy. So he says, Jaylee Bittis, you're the best. You was stuck with Fruit Loops. Got him. Queen Guy, got him. Invite Samantha, the glam rock star. Maybe we do that another day because I was going to wrap this up. I might stay. Your dad just went back to prison, R. Green Wade, after doing 15 years. You know what? My thoughts and prayers go out to you, him, and the family because I already know that routine. This 18 years I did wasn't my first rodeo. I had a problem with something, and I had gotten in trouble a few times before. And thank you, Tanthrax. Thank you so much. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to screenshot your comment, my friend, before it goes off the screen. There you go. I just screenshotted that. I'll send you that. That means a lot to me. You're like one of the earliest people, man, in touch and encouraging me and telling me, how this could blow up, and it's been blowing up just like you said. I learned all about you. Muhammad says, Brandy, the funny one. Texas kitchen cooking, Brandy, the funny one. Are you dating the same woman on the show? Absolutely. What is that? That looks like a bird or something. You're doing great, Bill. Paper crane. Tanthrax, tell me, what does a paper crane mean? I don't even know what it means. All these things come on the screen. It's so cool, but I don't know what they mean. Bill, how many years collectively have you done in prison? Collectively? Are you an accountant? I try not to think about it because you might see me have an emotional breakdown here. Well over 18, unfortunately. Yeah, prison's freaking horrible. You got they let the worst people run it. They let the lunatics run the asylum for the most part. And the biggest leaders of this gang and that gang, they're usually the ones telling on everything else, and they think it's a secret. Bill, that lady was nuts. Glad you got out of there. I think it's a symbol of Japanese culture for being a peace offering. Okay. It's a gift that sends you money. Oh, it's connected to money. Okay, that's nice. I don't know how much I even earn over here. I've checked it the other day. The bill that lady was for, it's a gift. It sends you money, gifts, roses, essentially donations, money for streaming. This is the only second time I think that I've done a live. I did it before I met Tanthrox and before I met Julian. And I think I had like 2 or 3 people jump on and they were like, who are you? Well, I have a show on A&E Network. They're like, you're full of crap. And they get off the show. And now the same people are trying to reach out to me, be like friends and fans, because they realized I was actually telling the truth. Mad Mama 17. I don't know how you last as long as you did with those cuckoo birds. Mark and Shauna. God bless them. They they were cuckoo. Yeah, they were cuckoo. Everybody, please go to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, it's William Steele True Crime. It's free. William Steele True Crime. Put your notification bell, all that good stuff. So I put up shows. I have Mafia Monday on Mondays with a mafia detective from New York City who had he went after some Gambino and Genovese guys on a big case called Wasteland. Louis Balistrieri. So he's my Mafia Monday co-host. Samantha Markle, who was Meghan Markle's sister, is an occasional co-host, part of the royal family in England. Then you have Ignacio Esteban. Ignacio was a retired ATF agent. Yes, that's one of the first things you commented on. So Tanthrox said, I died laughing when he drove Mark around the block for the first time. There's actually a parking lot behind a Walgreens at Elkhart that they found an open lot to use. I remember that. You said, that's rich. I remember your comment. You used the term, that's rich. And I never heard that before. But that was pretty cool, man. Let me see. You want to hear more about Sharna? The letters? Would you like me to read the letters? Should I put them in the book? Should I keep it to myself? I tell you what. She can deny it all she wants. This book came out before the show. The acknowledgement section is very telling. That's all I'm going to say. You want to hear more about Sharna? I can't give you personal information about her, but ask a specific question. Maybe I can answer a specific question. We're not allowed to discuss personal stuff. I'm not allowed to give out their address or phone number and things like that. Same. Sharna, Rachel, Laura. Is this a podcast? Mafia Monday. Oh, man, I lost the person who was asking me that question. I apologize. Danny DeVito, I love your work. There you go, DeVito. It's funny. Yes, put them in the book. Guess we want to hear them. What kind of pajamas did she wear? If I told you, I'd have to kill you. Listen, a lot didn't come out on the show. if you look at her face on the show, I'm around, she lights up like a Christmas tree. She's happy. She looks at her husband, she looks miserable. Um, I have to be careful what I say. I will say this. She'd knock on my door 10 o'clock at night right after he went to work. Hey, Shauna, how you doing? Bill, can I come in and talk? Sure, Shauna, come in. I'm on the phone to Mary in California, by the way. So I put the phone down. Mary's listening in most of the time. And she says, just random conversation. She walks in ultra tight black leggings the first time. She never wear this around her husband. She doesn't wear them. I've been in prison for a long time, 18 years. I've never seen a woman wear those things. Now, without getting into too much detail, they don't leave much to the imagination. So I looked at her and I'm like, what are you doing, Shauna? We're friends and you're married. Why are you coming into my room dressed like this? She never wore them around Mark. He would leave. She'd put them on, knock on my door, or go around cleaning the house. I'm going in the kitchen to get something, whatever. As she's, wanting to talk or hang out. It got progressively worse and less clothing. So how do some women sleep when they're with their boyfriend or their husband or whatever? Imagine that, right? So I'm not going to say too much more, but yes, she was very awkward and just very persistent. And then on the show, she says, he said I wore a negligee to his door. I never said that. Look at the show. I've never even used those words. That's what was killing me, is that she was lying so much while she's running around with the Bible all day long. Like, I'm a Christian. I'm not perfect, but why would you go on national television and say that I sent you the book from prison? My book, go to my website. If you'd like to buy it, I really would appreciate it. But go to williamsteeleauthor.com. So she told people not to read it because of the profanity. It's about the wealthiest serial killer in American history, Robert Durst, who was an acquaintance of mine. And it's written from the point of view of crime victim advocacy. And my co-author is Gary Greenberg. He's an editor and a very famous writer with the National Enquirer. So anyway, he's my co-author. He helped me publish that while I was incarcerated. Nancy Grace covered it on her podcast. So she told everybody on Inmate to Roommate, if you remember on the couch scene, Bill sent me that book and I put it in the trash because of the profanity. But if you go to Amazon and you look up my reviews, my 1-star review that she put there, spitefully, admitting on national TV, she never read the book. She got to some profanity, she put it down, put it in the trash. Remember that? She then says on the review, verified purchaser. It's up there because she did buy it. Thank you, Shauna. But then on national TV, she lies and said I sent it to her. This is a woman who teaches Bible study to children at her church. This is a woman who, 10 o'clock at night, Bill, can we talk? Everybody's like, you've been locked up a long time. You didn't hit that one time. Nope. Read the letters. We want the tea. Cassandra, thank you. I'm thinking of putting them in a book. Read some, please. Spill the tea. You know what? Everything's fine. AG9, thank you. Muhammad, I must have missed it when you said where you're located. You have me curious, sir, and I'm very grateful you're joining and that you like the show. Give us a hint. Hey, Lisa. Lisa joined. Hello, Brandy, Muhammad, Bond Breaker. Upstate, what, New York? I did time in New York, unfortunately. I am from Brooklyn. New York. That's where I'm born and raised. Gravesend section, Bensonhurst. Shout out to Will DeMayo. He's making Gravesend series. I would not mind being on it. I'm not trying to be ultra famous, but evidently I'm becoming famous by not trying to be famous. The hell's that all about? Oh, by the way, guys, I advocate for the wrongfully convicted, like my fiance, Mary Bass. We have people in prison, David Michael Reinhardt out of Fresno, California, a very corrupt county. And only Kim Kardashian and myself the only two reality stars in the United States that are working to assist the wrongfully convicted. And I'm trying to make some moves to collaborate with her on a few things. So stay tuned. That's a TikTok hat. Okay. Bill, tell me these people how you kept Brandy, the funny one. Bill, tell these people how you kept your meat in the old lady's house next door. First of all, her name's Sharon. Wonderful human being. She brought me she said, Bill, are they home? Did they go to work yet? I said, yeah, what's up, Sharon? I'm out of prison a week. I got a whole plate of fried chicken for you. I went over there, just gave her a big hug and took it back to work in Shawna's house. And I hid out in the bedroom eating it all day long. Yeah. So Sharon's awesome. Blue says Bill and the Kim Kardashian collaboration is all I need in this life. Shout out to Kim and her team. The reason Blue is saying that is because myself and Kim Kardashian are the only two reality stars in the United States actively working to assist the wrongfully convicted. Actually, 3. You have to count Mary. Mary's my fiance. So 3 reality stars. She was on Inmate to Roommate. You guys remember Mary. So really, I should stop saying 2. I got to give her credit where credit's due. She puts up with a lot of crap with me. Do I have Sammy Wild? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Listen, I'm 512 years old. I feel like I'm 28. I try to keep a good attitude about things and about life and about people, and not because if I dwell too much on being in prison all those years, and my mother passed away when I was locked up. She was mentally ill. My sisters told her I was dead so they could steal my inheritance. It can really weigh you down, but I decide consciously to rely on God and my faith and my sense of humor to get through these things. Do I have younger friends? Sammy Wild. I don't know why you're saying that, but maybe you can elaborate why you're asking. Sharon was MVP. Yes, so Sharon, as everybody knows, I couldn't have meat in Mark and Shauna, so Sharon, next door neighbor, was holding my meat. Karen Hudson, Father Life Creator, Muhammad, any of this area for you. Sharon, I'm greatest of all time. I think I didn't even know what GOAT meant until recently. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're very kind. Brandy, Sharon was so sweet. Yes, she was. She was a very good lady. We're still very, very close friends with her, as a matter of fact. So she's awesome. The neighbors had a meltdown because they were trying to, after me, they were trying to bring somebody with some really horrible charges into their house. And then before me, they had a lady in there who was struggling with addiction, and whatever she was doing, and so much things she was doing to get the money for it. And I guess she relapsed while she was in their house. And I get there after she's gone, and they tell me her whole life story and her business. And I'm like, why would I ever confide or trust you guys for anything if you told me this poor lady's problems when she's struggling with addiction and she came to you guys for help and a place to live because you offered it to her? So why would I ever open up to you, Mark or Shauna, when you think it's cool to gossip about somebody else when you're struggling with those type of issues? Just got here. What are we watching? You're watching Bill, me, from Inmate to Roommate. Inmate to Roommate on A&E Network Season 1. I'm going to be in a movie called Silent Partners in a few weeks. And Nella Moretti joined. Nella, thank you for joining us. Please tell Sharon all of TikTok says hello. We love her kindness. I'm going to screenshot that and send that to her. Thank you, Brandy, for that, because she's a very, very dear friend. And she did not realize how off the hook these people were until she saw the show. She said, I had no clue I was living next door to that. They let me use the internet now. Fly with Asia. Asia. Real Christians are like Sean and Bill. We're like Sharon. I'm a Christian. I get it. They're Seventh Day Adventists. It's different. It's just different. It's controlling. It's different. Nobody from that entire church apologized to me except for their pastor. He agreed they should have let me have a small refrigerator in my room. They should have not thrown out my meat. A friend bought me $100 of meat. Haley, thank you so much. Appreciate it. It's not stolen. I used to steal a lot of jewelry. It's not. This one's not stolen. I talk about my past only to teach people, especially youngsters, whatever, teens, don't follow in my footsteps because there's a lot of misery that goes behind the lifestyle that I chose. We pretty much the same. Whitney, thank you. Happy 4th of July. This is Independence Day special across all of my social media platforms at the same time. Cassandra, you're talking about Alicia. Cassandra, Alicia had been to prison herself, numerous felony convictions, was running around with a Bible, trying to get on my show in the worst way. They did a show about her called Women in Prison, and they profile her with her female lover. And then she gets out of prison. She's on parole, somehow marries her parole officer. That's her. That's been out, so I'm not talking about anything that hasn't been released already. She spent the entire season trying to get me violated. I was doing everything I could to stay out of trouble, and they were just willing to make up stuff to try to put me back in prison when I was doing all the right things. Wasn't getting I wasn't stealing, wasn't breaking the law. I was trying to build my social media empire, Steele Media, William Steele True Crime on YouTube, write books, help people, advocate for wrong. All these things that they didn't agree with me doing, they didn't believe in any of it, And so Alicia, I almost said her last name. Listen, I was invited to speak at a substance abuse place, a really big one in the Midwest. And I agreed to do it. And then when they told me who the contact person was there, because she's in the recovery space, I said, I'm sorry, we're going to pass. If she's not working there anymore, I'll go. Because I came out of prison with nothing. My sisters ripped me off for $800,000. She said she was going to her church, I think, and it's her recovery. She's very big in the recovery space. She was going to go and get me some gift cards, some clothes, gas cards, whatever a guy in prison coming out with nothing needs. And I was very grateful. She got on the show, pretended she was my best friend. I never saw the gift cards that she told me she collected. I never saw them. 1. 2, the clothes that she didn't bring around until about a month and a half later. She brought me about 8 big black plastic trash bags full of clothes. Cool. I don't care. I'll be humble. Just got out of prison. If they fit, whatever. I'll wear them until I get on my feet. I go through these trash bags full of clothes. Every last thing. She said, if there's anything you don't need or doesn't fit you, just donate it back to another ministry or church. I said, sure, Lisa. Alicia, thank you. I went through them. Everything in those bags was sized for like a kid about 6 years old. They were all children's clothes. Everything was children's clothes. But she made such a big deal on the show and to production and everybody else, to her recovery people, that she was helping Bill from inmate to roommate, and she was helping Mark and Sharna. She's their friend, not mine. Her husband is a parole officer. He might be the nicest guy in the world, but I've saw some horrible comments he put about me that were completely untrue on Facebook. So you tell me what kind of people these are. I had to bite my tongue because I was on parole, worried about this woman trying to violate me for no reason while I'm trying to stay out of trouble. Even on the show, you saw she calls a parole officer friend of hers. She was calling her husband. That was her parole officer when she got out of prison. Somehow they got in a relationship and got married. You can't make this stuff up. But anyway, I have zero respect for her because even on the show, she's like, called it, like all this nastiness towards me. And I'm like, you don't even know me. You've never taken 5 minutes to really have a conversation with me, a heart-to-heart conversation. You don't even know me. And you're saying all this horrible stuff about me on the show. Well, he'll mess up, and prison pen pals, that's just a scam, and he's scamming you, Shauna. And I'm like, who the hell do you think you are? Shauna and I have been writing each other 6 years. We never had a problem. I was respectful of her. We're not going to say some of the things that were in the letters, but we never had a problem until I got to that house. Tracy, I thought about that other day. If you want to, there's a Cash App if you want to help out and donate to the things I am working on. I don't even know where the link is, but it could probably be found in the description of one of my YouTube shows. I think it's like William Steele, author, something like that. So you've been there. Absolutely, she was trying to be in a relationship with me. Come into my bedroom at 10 o'clock at night wearing tight leggings? I would think so. I've never seen a woman wear those. They don't leave much to the imagination. And she never wore those around Mark. I've said it a million times. There's way more to it than that. I have another book coming out, and I'm thinking of releasing the letters. You really had to keep meat at your neighbor's? Yes, the neighbor Sharon was holding my meat. I couldn't keep it in the house. Daily Dad Talk. Do you have your own show? That sounds interesting. Daily, I think that's pretty cool name for a show. Is that a show? Daily Dad Talk. Follow that. That's a pretty cool name. I think you got something good going on there. Yeah, I could talk more about it. We can do a whole special on it. Maybe I'll advertise that show a week in advance. Yeah, a lot went on that was never on camera, and tons of it I can prove with audio, video, letters, just you name it. Listen, I felt bad for her, actually. I didn't want to put her out there. They kept telling me, look, the whole production crew sees it. Everybody sees she's got a crush on you. And, privately, I said, yeah, it looks like she does. They were begging me to put her out there. I said, I can't do that. I feel bad for her. We used to be friends. We were writing letters for 6 years. But then she started treating Mary so crappy and, just horrible. Like threw out $100 worth of meat somebody bought for me. I was out of prison a week. Sirloin steaks, this, that. I wish somebody would mail me Omaha steaks. I haven't had any of those since I got out yet. But somebody was nice enough to blow $100. All the meat I wanted, go there, pick it out, boom, on their credit card. I didn't have money then. I don't have a lot now. I'm comfortable, but I put it in the fridge overnight, knowing they didn't want really meat in the house. I was, I was going to explain first thing in the morning, hey, apologize, it's there overnight. I'm going to move it to Sharon's house because Sharon holds my meat. And I wake up, they had already gone to work. My meat was gone. My meat, I got to get choked up because I was so happy after 18 years in prison to have all that. Like I was going to eat real meat, real steak, lamb chops, whatever, just a variety of things. And the cruelty, in my opinion, and the opinion of the fans and the people that observe this and know about what happened, to throw it away. Why don't you knock on my door instead of walking around in your tight leggings? Knock on my door and say, Bill, why is there meat in my refrigerator? And I would have said, hold on. Sharon's holding my meat. I'm going to bring it next door. No. I woke up in the morning. It's gone. I contacted Mark and Shauna by text and by phone. Hey, did you guys see any meat that was in the fridge? Well, such and such bought it for me yesterday. I was looking forward to eating it. And I was going to move it to Sharon's. It wasn't going to stay here. One said, I took it out of the fridge. It was leaking, and I threw it out. The other one denied any knowledge of it. When I pushed and pushed and pushed, then they both admitted it, but then they changed their story. One of them said, it's against the Bible. You can't have, pork, blah, 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 blah. And it's in our fridge. And I get it. I respect your house. It was going to Sharon's house. Sharon holds my meat. So they started lying about what happened to the meat. Finally, Shauna said, I threw it in the outside trash. I don't want it in the house. And it's sinful. And it's this and it's that. And if you want that meat, go ahead and take it out of the trash and eat it. I said, Shauna, did you just tell me to go in the outside trash and get my brand new meat out of there and eat it? Yeah, so there was a lot of that and worse going on. So, like I said, a lot didn't come out on the show. There's probably a ton of more footage of the show, a lot more craziness. Yep, I really kept the meat there. This show is not scripted, no matter what people think. You can't make this stuff up, I'm telling you. Sharon, you're talking about, V. I told the audience earlier, she had come over with a big, she called me up, told me, hey, are they at work? Can you come over for a minute? I made a bunch of fried chicken. I was out of prison less than a week. I'm like, hell yeah. I went next door. She gave me a big, it was freaking great. I brought it to the house, was hiding out in the bedroom eating this fried chicken. Their cats are not allowed back there. They smell, they're freaking out, meowing out my door. And Drew is the cat that you see in the show. That's the long-haired one. I forget the name of the other one right now. Anyway, they were wonderful. They were treated like crap, especially by Shauna. She had kicked the long-haired one across the room for being in the kitchen one day. And I said, if you ever kick that cat again, well, I'm not going to say on these platforms what I said to her, but it wasn't nice. And it's the first time I ever really got a little bit nasty with her. But I said, so the cats are meowing at my door. They want the chicken. She said, look, if you want to buy some meat, keep it in my fridge over here. Avoid the BS with Mark and Shawnee. You're more than welcome to. That's how Sharon came to hold my meat. And I guess the way I said it on TV, like they say, broke the internet because it's just, there's no way to say that. That's not kind of humorous. She only turned on you once she found out about another woman at your life, pretty much. Okay, you enjoy. Sharon holds my meat on a t-shirt. Fund those Omaha steaks. I'll volunteer to design them. Send me some designs. Absolutely, definitely. Somebody else came up with another idea for a shirt that I should put out as merchandise. Be a Bill in the world, not a Shauna. And then the rules. Don't forget the rules, guys. Hey, look, I forgot they're right here. Watch this. First of all, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Most of that stuff on that list I don't do anyway. And anything that involved the house, I'm a very considerate person. I was respecting their boundaries. I wasn't being a jerk. But definitely contact me about that. Blue, you might want to look me up on Facebook. It's official William Steele, or send me a message here and I'll send you the links. And if you want to design that'd be great. Tracy, how's my health and how's Mary? Both are wonderful. Thank you. I don't know why it says I have all these other messages. Sosa Baby joined. Hello. Thank you for joining. I'm Sicilian and English. Absolutely, Blue. Thank you. Thank you so much. Team Bill all the way. I'm still in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We filmed in Elkhart. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana, filming 2 TV shows now. And a few weeks ago, I was offered another reality show. We love you on the show. What did you dirty? Yeah, you think? Pray for them. Gotta go, bond breaker. God bless. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, guys, go to my website, williamsteeleauthor.com. Williamsteeleauthor.com, because I'm an author. Also, my books are available there. This is the one Shauna told everybody not to buy. This is about the wealthiest serial killer in American history, Robert Durst, written from the point of view of crime victim advocacy. Lakeisha Flapjacks. Get your money, man. Show me the money, right? What's the name of that movie? It was 50 Cents. Uh, Get rich or die trying, right? I have 18 years to make up for. So if I have to sell posters, which I'm doing, if you guys want autograph posters, not this size, we have regular size ones that you can frame. I'm doing them autographed. I give you a video shout out while I'm signing it. Like, for example, Deep Sleep is the autograph. Send me a message. I'll tell you how to do it. You need a driver. I'm absolutely available. What city are you in? I'll drive. I love driving. I get my caddy. I drive all the time, especially at nighttime and in the rain. In prison, you don't go outside when it rains or in the dark at nighttime because your escape risk. It's hard to see who's doing what. It's easier to escape. So I get out after 18 years, and anytime it rains or it's dark out, I want to jump in the car, turn the music on, and go. So, Chad, what are you talking about there? Send me a private message. Oh my God, Danny DeVito, XTW, what all that means. Good night, Bill. You always love seeing me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Never been to Philadelphia. Mark crying at the end had me laughing so hard. I think he was crying because that shirt he had on was too tight. What do you think? I recognize from you that roommate show. Yes, Jules. Inmate to roommate. I'm Bill. Season 1. I think I have 17 million on the other TikTok station. And I'm in a movie out in a few weeks called Silent Partners. Shout out to Cyril DePazio. Sent you a message. I do true crime. I do crime prevention. I do crime victim advocacy. And I advocate for people that are wrongfully convicted because when I was in prison, I was a law clerk for about 18 years in 3 different states. Sent you the message. Gonna get back to work for now. Thank you, Blue. South Bend here. Thor. All right. We filmed my show in Elkhart. And now I'm in actually Fort Wayne filming something else. What's the new reality show you mentioned about? I can't say. That's all I'm going to say. There's going to be a lot more of me coming up. And there's more of me on the other. So you'll see more of that too. And most likely of the other 2. Release the letters. It might be a book coming out. People want to buy a book full of them. So I may do that. Hey, Mort. Who says I don't hide my pepperoni? It's great. Autograph pick. You got it. S. Peterson, send me a private message. We're doing the autograph books. We're doing the autograph signs that were on the wall right here. This is the real one. This is from the show. You see? I don't even know what the heck it's made on. Some kind of foam board. But that's the one that was on the show. I kept it. Guess what? Now we have one suitable for framing, autographed. So S. Peterson, please send me a private message here, and I'll tell you how to get it. Release the letters. Okay. Shayna Williams joined. You want that? R.A. Nolan. Send me a private message here. Tell me what you want. We're going to make it happen. With a video shout out, too, as I do it. Cameo wants me to do cameo shout outs. I didn't know how it works, but my fans keep telling me to do it, so I might as well. Imperial Lufkin to join. You know what? I'm going to do that this time, but only for a couple of minutes because you've definitely been a very good support. Let me invite you on. Yes, I'm off parole, Carolyn. Thank you. You work with Shauna. She said she misses you. If you say the correct state, I'll know if you're lying. What state is she in now? Elias. What state? Yep. Oh my God, you popped on my For You page. Hey, Lena, thank you. This is Bill from Inmate Roommate. I'll be in a movie called Silent Partners coming up in a few weeks, be streaming in theaters, and I'm filming a prison comedy movie soon too. And I was offered another reality show. We need it. I'm doing that. Mort, stay in touch. Stay in touch. Send me your information in the comment in the private messages here, and I'll Icebox. How's it going, Bill? I'm doing all right. I was just telling everybody how I'm writing some more books. Copy of the rules, shirt rules. Yep. Send me messages here. Anybody wants anything autographed, whether it's a copy of the rules, photograph. I don't know. I'm doing the normal celebrity thing, I guess. People keep suggesting it. I didn't do it for the first several months or year almost. I should have a long time ago. I'm very, very grateful for your support. A little bit of extra money means a great deal. Hell yes, please. Lisa loves fun talks. I don't know what that even means. But thank you for being here. I am getting ready to unwind. It's been a very, very long thing. I've been on close to 3 hours, and it's now starting. It's around 85 on here. Icebox, please send me a private message. Send me a private message here. Follow me here, whatever. Thank you, Nico. Thank you so much. If you guys want an autographed copy of the rules, remember the rules? Send me a private message here. Tell me, and I will send you immediately exactly how you can get that from me, autographed, and I'll send you a video shout out of myself signing them, and I'll put whatever you want on them as well. Sweet baby cakes, Lisa, TikTok Tim. Hey Tim, South Australia. I hope you've been well since the show. I've been doing better. I'm in recovery from Mark and Shauna. But I know one thing about Australia. I heard you have something called a cone snail. I don't know about that cone snail on the beach. Very very dangerous snail over there. And box jellyfish. Hope you stay safe, sir. We have dangerous things here. Amy loves JJ. Nope, not yet. Thanks for being real, R.A. Okay, Brianka, Jess. All right, everybody. I am going to say goodnight. God bless you guys. If you want books, please. I can't put that name on the screen right there, that little word right there. Otherwise, TikTok shuts you down. But you know what that word is, right? Please go to williamsteeleauthor.com. Williamsteeleauthor.com. Purchase the book. Put a review on Amazon. This is the book that on the show it had a different cover. We just redid the cover that Shauna put in the trash because of profanity in it. That's how I used to talk. Everything was the F word. I try to improve my vocabulary. Anyway, this here, smaller versions of this autographed. Send me a private message. I'll tell you exactly how to get them. I'll have them out to you within a day or two. Good to see you, Jess. TikTok Nate, TikTok Tim. Tim, thank you. I think you're the guy in Australia. I really appreciate you joining me from over there. I wrote a book about Ghislaine Maxwell. I have a lot of fans in Australia, the UK. I knew Ghislaine Maxwell, unfortunately, before she was infamous. And somebody joined here. I can't read that, but good night, everybody. Tracy, wobbly, don't, whatever that means. Somebody just joined with a little smiley face. Sam joined. We're about to sign off. This is Bill from Inmate to Roommate. I'll try to find a way to advertise these first. Icebox. Everybody, send me a private message if you're interested in an autographed copy of the rules or my books, or go to williamsteeleauthor.com. You can click the button right there. It says purchase books now or something like that. It'll take you straight to my Amazon page. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. And I say this from the heart. I freaking love you guys. When you're in prison, you think the whole world hates you. You guys show me a different side of humanity, and I'm very, very humbled by this experience. Thank you. Good night. I have to figure out how to turn this off, guys. Sorry. Thank you for joining. I'm pushing the screen on my laptop to turn it off. I forgot I have to use this. I think this is called a mouse. See, I've been in prison so long, it's like I had to learn all this stuff. Good night, everybody. Thank you, and God bless.